I'll go ahead. No. In the Navy.
You can sell the 7 Seas.
In the Navy.
We'll stop right there.
Going to Ramblecast.
In the Navy. There's Chris in Boston. Matt and Nick in the Navy.
Oh, you're actually recording. I thought you.
Hey, you just hit it right there. What's going on?
In the Navy. I haven't heard that song in forever. It was Nick. You brought it up, right?
Yeah, I started singing it. Because one of you guys said it in the Navy, and as soon as anyone ever says in the Navy, I immediately think of that song. Because it was the end. I like the movie Down Periscope. It's one of my guilty pleasures.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, with Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, yes.
And if anyone's never seen that movie, it's just a good little lighthearted comedy about the modern Navy. And at the end, in the credits, that's the song that's playing is In the Navy. So that's
the Village People. You can't go wrong with Village People.
Yeah, well.
You can blow or you can sneeze. That was the lyric that
In the Navy.
way before we recorded.
There were some other lines, but we're just not going to get into that because that's just not right.
At least we're warmed up. We've been talking for about 20 minutes.
Because you know why? We were in the Navy. That's why we're warmed up. And anyone who's in the Navy, we're not making fun of anyone who's in the Navy.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know
but is it better than YMCA?
No. But it's just like, there's like a lot of those bands that had like just two known songs, 2 or 3 or whatever.
Is that all they didn't they have more than that?
They probably did, but I was saying like if you actually said name me more than 2.
Macho Man.
Yeah, so we have 3. Okay. So
I've got to be a macho man. Macho man. I've got to be a macho. That was in an episode of Bosom Buddies. I think the pilot episode of Bosom Buddy was Tom Hanks and Peter Scolari and Donna Dixon and a lot of other people.
Well, you know what the Navy always reminds me of? San Diego.
San Diego.
That port across the other coast.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Would anything happen in so you want to go straight to it?
Were we there?
Hey, you guys were.
Can I just say this? San Diego's had like 3 inches of rain this year, and it shows. No, it is. Everything is so dead out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Just dry. Oh my God, get some spray paint or something, man. It's just nasty. Even you can go. We went to La Jolla Shores on the last day, and around La Jolla, which is the most expensive real estate in San Diego County, just weeds and just brown. I'm like going, this is La Jolla. These houses are $12 million. Put some AstroTurf in there. Come on, guys.
I tried to. Somebody was trying to argue with me with that. I think I could only remember 3 days it rained in L.A. County this entire year so far. And someone was like, "It's rained more than 3 times." I was like, I can't remember it because it doesn't rain in downtown. It never rains. Where you're getting like drops. It's just like a mist that you walk through, and that's it. And you're just kind of like, it sticks to you, and then you go inside.
It never rains in Southern California.
Never.
The girls, don't they warn you?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Because in the Navy,
it never rains in Southern California.
I remember when I was a kid that song came out. I go, it rains here. I don't know.
No.
It just bothered me.
I like. I wish it would rain by the Temptations.
Temptation. I wish it would rain. I'm just gonna.
I like that. What's the lip sync guys? Blame it on the rain.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. Blame it on the rain.
Yeah.
My my manager gonna throw me under the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a surprise rainstorm overnight last week, which wasn't in the forecast, and I didn't have my top on my Jeep.
So that's always fun.
Woke up to go to work the next morning. I had to be at work for 6:30 in the morning that day, and I go out to my Jeep. It's a good solid 1.5 inches of standing water in my Jeep.
Nice.
Brutal. So I had to pull the plugs. The Jeep Wranglers have plugs. They pull the drain plugs out and drain the tub out. Essentially,
what is it like? Is it like a bathtub? This Jeep Wrangler?
Well, kind of. Yeah. So it's the steel. It's the the frame itself and the tub actually have 4 drain plugs. Because Jeeps are designed to be,
To float?
No,
Just be off road, yeah.
Off road and being in swamps and whatever.
It's almost as if they were designed for World War II.
Exactly, right? So I had to pull the plugs and drain all the water out, and then there's nothing you can do about the seats. I had to let them dry out, and I had to get later on that day. I got a wet dry vac and vacuumed out as much as I could, but I had to go in, change, put my bathing suit on, and drive to work in my bathing suit, and then change when I got to work.
Well, it was warm out. It's warm, so the bathing suit's fine.
We're still on time. You millennials out there, listen up.
Yeah.
Something's different about you, Chris. Did you get your hair cut or something? You look like you'd be a stand-in for Thor right now.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Okay.
It's like you got the nicely beard and like the short hair, like it's like straight out of Ragnarok.
Wait, hold on.
Haircut yesterday. And just for the record, everyone listening at home,
This is not
Nick is likening me to Chris Hemsworth.
I was going to say, does Nick owe you money or something? I mean,
I said a stand-in. I didn't say he was actually Chris Hemsworth.
I think Nick just has Comic-Con eyes.
Maybe.
You've just seen so many different people in cosplay.
all the boys think he's a spy. He's got Comic-Con eyes.
I didn't see that many great cosplays this year. I saw my favorite one was someone dressed up as Lord Business from the Lego Movie. So he had the stilts, the long legs, and the tie for the cape.
Oh, wow.
And he had the big helmet with the coffee mugs on and everything. He put some work into it. I
didn't see a lot of anything. So
yeah.
I mean, I was there Wednesday night and
Saturday in the library.
and that was it. I mean, I just.
It was an interesting con because I think we might have discussed last episode. Everybody pulled out.
Hello.
Yeah.
Which is not always 100%.
No con babies.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. Sometimes it breaks up like Jack.
Well, sometimes you wait just a little too long.
Yeah. You didn't have HBO, you didn't have Stars, you didn't have AMC, you didn't have a lot of the usuals that were there to bring in Game of Thrones or just Outlander, anything that's popular right now. So the halls,
the Ramblecast,
the halls were empty. Yeah,
wow.
We need our own panel at Comic-Con. We would slay.
Should I work on that for next year?
Let's do it.
Sure, Jack. If you can pull that, sure.
What's past the library? Tent City.
Tent City.
But so the halls, like there was no lines for Hall H this year, hardly at all. Like everything, there was some like 6A, which is a smaller room, was a nightmare. But like all the big ones, I could walk into no problem whatsoever this year. And but that's what
I heard.
The exhibit hall though was always slammed, and that's what's great. I think people realizing there wasn't a lot of panels they went to, like, well, let's just see who's selling what on the floor, and even the ends, which is like on the one end, there's always Artist Alley, which is nice, and the other end is like all the small sellers, so it'd be like T-shirts and just random things that you normally wouldn't pay attention to. Even those areas had a lot more people than normal.
Well, good. It's funny. I bet those people made some money.
Yeah, they did.
It's funny because my buddy Jeff, who lives in San Diego, he was saying that like this year was the largest he's ever seen it. And it's just he's concerned that it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger every year.
Well, I mean, the exhibit hall, like Wednesday night, was packed. I mean, I think because preview night, nobody was there. Maybe 200 people, maybe tops 300.
Really?
Yeah, it was empty because I saw Manifest, and I have a story about that, and I'll tell later on. But what I found was it just seems like people. I don't know if people in San Diego just gotten, if all the people that have moved there have just got, the people there are rude now. I mean, we were trying to get in there. It was me, Colleen. Colleen had Alex in her little pouch thing. Cindy was in front of me, and she had Zach in front of her. And these two guys behind us, and the guy kept saying, "Just push your way in, just push your way in," because it was such an unorganized cluster trying to get to go in where you get your badge. Finally, the guy kept pushing. I go, "Dude," "there are kids in front of you. Can you stop?" He goes, "Oh, I didn't know. It's like they were pushing, like there was a Princess Leia slave costume outfit out that they had to go see or something. I said, "Relax, geeks. You'll get in." And this one guy says, like going, "Oh, I'll protect you." The other guy was pushing, and then he cut in front of us. I'm like going, we're all getting in at the same time. I don't understand the pushing and shoving. It irritated me to no end. And then all week in San Diego.
The hilarity of the guy, like, I'll protect you, like it's a Comic-Con.
Yeah,
like this is my moment.
Yeah, you're a geek. I don't even want you touching me.
Right.
And I say that as a geek. I can say that because I'm a geek. But it's just like, all weekend I'd hold the doors open for people and that nobody would say thank you. I go all week. I'm not just saying Comic-Con, all over San Diego. Because I know it could be wrong. I don't know what the rules are now. But if there's a female, a woman,
I think you come accustomed to the South now, where people say thank you for everything.
No, it was always. I don't remember people not saying thank you in San Diego.
No, it happens to me all the time. Like even in my building, there's people that will come in and out, and I'll hold the doors for them, and they just walk right out.
Yeah, just walk right by. Again, I don't know if it's protocol now. If you're supposed to open the door for a woman or not, I'm going to do it. I don't care what people say. I mean, there could be a revolt on this thing. I was taught to open the door for women. I'm going to continue doing it. And I'll open the door for anybody, but it's just it's just like, but nobody said thank you, or they don't hold the door. You're holding a kid, and they just open the door real quick, and like even at In-N-Out, we went to In-N-Out. I held it, and like 9 people walked by me. I finally go, "You're welcome, thank you, come again." But anyway, that's my.
Yeah, the only time I almost got mad at someone at Comic-Con this year was I think it was on Friday. I was on the floor. And, you're shoulder to shoulder. You're not really moving fast. No. But then all of a sudden, I almost just completely wipe out on the floor because something hit my legs right at the knees area. And I, luckily, because they're so close to people, I grabbed a hold of the person in front of me and almost knocked them down. To look down, to realize that a girl is walking with she has a greyhound dog with her, just on the floor.
Oh,
and
well, at least it was a small dog.
It was a small dog, but like it wasn't a what's it called? A helping dog.
Luckily, nobody threw a rabbit.
It wasn't a service dog.
A service dog. It wasn't a service dog. She just had the dog on the floor, which I didn't even know you could do. But it's very Californian.
It's Southern California. Dogs are people. But
yeah, and I almost wiped out. And I felt bad because naturally I don't want to hurt a dog, which I didn't hurt the dog. But the girl didn't even look at me, didn't pay attention to me. She just immediately was like she did look at me, but she looked at me the dirty look like I hurt her dog, and I was like, you're not even concerned that you just almost wiped out me and some other people here. And I just thought it was really odd because I wanted to go like, why do you have your freaking dog in a hall that's packed of people? That dog's probably scared to death because it can't see anything.
I had a lady in a Rascal, those electric carts. Mm-hmm. I'm literally pinned in the corner. I can't go anywhere, and she's coming towards me, and she's getting mad at me that I'm in her. I go, where do you want me to go? There's an exhibit behind me. I can't go to my left or right. Where are you going?
Yeah.
And she just gave me the dirtiest look. And I'm like going, I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah. The Rascals are out of hand. I saw that happen twice where
they're mowing people down.
Yeah, they are. They're flying down it as fast as they can go, and they had those little and they're just holding them down the entire way. And you're just like, where do you want me to go? I'm shoulder to shoulder with people, or I'm stuck between an exhibit, and that's it.
Yeah, and it was literally it was probably the worst Wednesday night exhibit floor I've ever been to. I mean, it was that crowded.
You're really selling me on it.
I'm telling you,
no,
usually Wednesday night you can go there and it's not that bad because people kept saying, oh, they must have sold more passes for Wednesday night than in the past. But I think it's because nobody was in the for preview night. Nobody was in there. Literally, I mean, because usually when you walk out, they give you a bathroom pass and they weren't even doing that because there was no reason to.
Well, I mean, it's not as good. I mean, the last 2 years, because it used to be, when we went, you were getting everything that was coming out in the fall lineup. So you knew it was going to be fairly good. But now, the last 2 years, it seems like there have been more mid-season replacement shows that they might put on, they might not put on. And you see them, and it's stuff like that Magician show. You're like, I'm never going to watch this crap.
So what's the Magician show? Is that something that was featured there?
A couple of years ago.
It came out last year. So, 2017, it was...
it was bad.
I forget. They did air it, though, like around March. Like I think they aired like 3 or 4 episodes of it, and then they canceled it because it was that...
When it finally came out, I go, that's a show. And my wife goes, what? I go, I saw it at Comic-Con that was so effing bad.
Basically, Matt, the premise was is that the FBI or the CIA or National Security, one of the agencies, is stuck on these cases, these cold cases, and so they hire an illusionist to show them how it's done.
Yes,
and you're like, who
That's
thought of
pretty thin.
that?
Yeah.
It's like, who thought of that and said, let's greenlight that?
So what was featured this year?
Well, the only one I saw was Manifest, because the one after that was the 100, but it was the upcoming season.
Okay.
And I haven't seen this season yet, so I had to leave.
Charged in.
I should have, but I didn't.
There's only 99.
I didn't know what I actually didn't know what was going to go on, but it was me, Colleen, my wife, and Zach and Cliff.
Oh. Mm.
And so Colleen was dealing with Alex in the back. So we're watching. And this is a spoiler for anyone who wants. I'm going to spoil Manifest a little bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Then I'll give you my review on it. So Zach is sitting there, and the premise is that this plane, these passengers go through some time warp thing, and they're lost for like 5.5 years.
Okay.
And then they eventually come back to present time, but they don't know that they've lost any time.
Okay.
But the people that have their family members know they've been gone for like 5.5 years.
Oh, I may have seen a commercial.
It's the Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah, I mean, I like the premise is excellent. I'll get to the review in a second. Anyway, so the plane starts shaking, luggages and passengers going like this. So Zach starts going, "What's wrong with the plane? What's wrong with the plane?" And my wife and I go, and we think, okay, he's going to have to fly in a couple of days.
Right.
Oh, nothing's wrong with the plane, Zach. It's just make believe. It's just so the whole time he's stuck on what's wrong with the plane. We're going, Zach. I go, it's just one of those things. You know how you get bumped? It bumps sometimes the plane. He goes, yeah, but everything was falling down. You can't just give him, one-word answers. Finally, they show the plane, and it's like perfect. I said, see, Zach, the plane is fine.
Then it rips in half.
Everything's, and then all of a sudden, boom! It just explodes, and we both go, no! We cover his eyes up because the plane exploded after we just got done telling him the plane was fine, and he's like, he's trying to see, but we're blocking his face because we don't want him to think, oh my God, I'm going to get on a plane and it's going to explode. But, But anyway, Manifest, I like the pilot. I just don't know how long they can keep because it's got some twists and turns and everything going. I'll give it a shot because I did enjoy the pilot. But it's one of those things where a lot of the Lost people, because I know the Lost panel, people are going, I'm not going to watch it. Because people think it's going to be trying to be like Lost. It has some mystery. There's some big stars in there, but the only one that he played Prince Charming on Once Upon a Time. I don't know his name. I don't know the actor's name.
No clue who you're talking about.
Anyway, so I'd give it I'll give the pilot a thumbs up. I just don't know how it's going to make it week after week.
It sounds interesting as a premise. But I like the story about Zach seeing the plane explode.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God! It just caught us out of nowhere because there's this shiny plane. See, Zach, everything's because the whole pilot, he's like every 5 seconds. What happened to the plane? Because then they don't show the plane for like 30 minutes. See,
You
Zach,
should have played him Airplane to let him get over.
Yeah.
Like this. It's all fun and games. Airplane.
He did call me Shirley, and I smacked him. So
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. But yeah, that was, and then of course Saturday we had our Lost panel. That was pretty cool. So new questions. I mean, because people go, what beforehand? People go, do you prepare for this? I go, no. I go, I don't know what people are going to ask. So I just roll with it. So whatever they say, ask.
So what percentage of your panel attendees would you say were people who have not listened to us or listened to you guys, or just kind of showed up because it was on the program?
Well, I think we're off the beaten trail. So I think that anyone who showed up is, I mean, there was someone Nick talked to who knew Chris and Matt.
Me? Don't steal my story. Actually, this year Chris was actually really good in comparison to the last couple, and for the library, because we traditionally Game of Thrones followed Jay and Jack.
Right.
So we would get a lot of spillover, people coming in midway through to be for that panel. But this year, I forget what was ahead of us. It wasn't anything spectacular.
No.
And then so I thought everyone that was in that room for Jane Jack was there for Jane Jack.
I think they're definitely Lost fans because it was people who care, and a lot of people who listened to us and stuff like that. So it was. I agree with Nick. It was better than the last couple of years. Ralph moderated it, which I thought was pretty good.
He brought a lot of good questions, good insights, and the conversation felt really.
It never stalled, and then there were some questions that were new, and you're like, going, "Wow, I never thought about that." So
you're like, I don't know. I haven't watched Lost in years.
Well, that was Ralph's first question because Joe and I were sitting there talking before we started. I go, it's been like 3 years since I've watched Lost, and she said about the same thing, and then Ralph's first question: how long has it been since you guys have watched Lost?
Right. And it was a good question, but to me, the next question I think was the better one, which was how many people would want a Lost reboot?
Right.
And there wasn't that many that wanted the reboot, but that got the conversation going of I don't want a reboot, but I want a continuation, or do I want a new series that ties in? What would we do with that? And it was a lot of. It's been 8 years since Lost. This time, the cast is still fairly young. If you want to bring some of those guys back, would you make it Hurley and Benjamin Linus centric with Walt? What would you do with it? Yeah, and so it was a good conversation.
Well, I think half the people only like 10% raised their hand. I go, come on, how many people at least give it a try?
Mm-hmm. Right,
and they all went, okay.
I don't know if I want a reboot, or I don't know if I would necessarily want maybe a sequel, I guess, but. I think I'd rather. I would definitely love to have something in the same universe, right? Yeah, I think I would love to have a storyline that was somehow related to people or themes or happenings of that.
I've said this 1,000 times. I want a prequel. I want before the Losties got on the island.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what happened before. What happened?
Across the Sea is like so popular.
Well, I know it's not popular with everybody, but I liked it, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be 2,000 years. It could be what happened. That things were going on that island for years.
Yeah, exactly. I really, like a lot of people in that second season and a little bit of third season, I was really intrigued with the Dharma Initiative, and then it seemed like they never really answered that, other than it was just a group that was on the island.
Right. I always wanted to see Alvar Hanzo at the bottom of the island, like channeling this energy and becoming like a demigod.
Well, the problem with the Dharma issue I found out was that Rose and Bernard, the actors and actress, they couldn't sign to a long-term contract, so that's why they moved on from that.
Good show the backstory of them working for Dharma.
Exactly.
I figured. Yeah. But to get to Jack's point, though, Matt and Chris. So after the panel's over, there's a couple there that are longtime listeners of the podcast, and they're a nice couple. The woman is talking to Colleen, and I'm standing next to Colleen, and she goes, I love the broadcast. You guys are so great, and blah, 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 blah. And I look at Colleen, I go, don't let it go to your head. And just kidding around with Colleen. And then she looks at me, the woman does, she goes, no, it's an excellent podcast. She should have a big head. Blah, blah, blah. And because she doesn't know
Nick causing problems again.
Wow. Man,
and they said the only thing.
To mansplain yourself then?
Well, no, what the woman said, she was upset that Matt wasn't there.
Oh.
No.
From the broadcast.
From the broadcast, yeah. No, but then.
I'm sorry, I wasn't there.
She keeps talking to Colleen. And the husband, I assume it's her husband, looks at me, and he goes, yeah, like we listen to all the podcasts, and we just really like the broadcast, and the Ramblecast and all this, and I go, oh, hi, I'm Nick, and then he goes, I'm Eric, I'm like, oh, okay, great, and then what is it? He goes, I really like listening to the Ramblecast too. I like Matt, and I like Chris, and then that other guy, and so I'm just looking at him. I'm like, I'm the other guy.
when Nick came over and told me that, I literally laughed for 10 minutes. I thought it was so funny. Nothing better than being the other guy.
Thank you, Eric. That has just kind of made my week, and that's hilarious. I mean,
so So when I said I'm Nick to him, he just thought I was saying I'm Nick, and I'm like, no, I'm Nick.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm the other guy.
I'm the other guy.
Oh,
and
my
he goes,
goodness.
but Nick goes, I've been on there longer than Matt. What's the problem?
I know. No, I thought it was hilarious.
That's hilarious.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Well,
And hold
tip of the hat to you, sir.
in related news, sort of.
Oh, so good.
So when we got back, for some reason I was on a podcast, and I was like, yeah, let's see if we got any reviews for podcasts for the Ramblecast, and we do. We got 2.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got 2. One on July 2nd and one on July 12th.
Okay.
So the first one's just a normal one. It's great. It's from Sir Matt 01. It says, it's very interesting, covering sports, music, TV, movies, and more. Give it a listen. So thanks for that.
All
Thanks,
right.
buddy.
Thanks, Matt.
The next one is a very good review,
Oh, boy.
except for the last line. I've loved Jay and Jack since the Lost podcast. The Ramblecast is super entertaining, and it is a great treat for me while I work in the lab. Great reviews on music, movies, TV, books, and junk food. The mix of personalities make it awesome. Love you guys. Matt, you are now my favorite Ramblecaster.
Wow.
So,
Well,
Matt,
thank you.
so Matt reviewed us twice.
I think you
I
did.
did not. But thank you, listener.
People like you, Matt. I don't know what it is, but people like. I don't know. People were saying all.
It's the lists.
If they met me in person, I don't know. Speaking of meeting me in person, and this is a good segue, is that Ed, the not so creepy letter carrier, paid me a visit at my store here in Franklin. So thank you so much, Ed, for stopping by. That actually made my day. It was a very he had told me that he was going to be in the area, so he was.
And that you couldn't get out of town fast enough.
Well, he was kind of touring the Midwest here, Michigan, Indiana. I think he went down to Kentucky for some sprint car races. So, and with his brother and a friend. So
I've been to sprint car races.
This is why Matt's the favorite, right? Like, this is a clear like explanation. So like if any one of our listeners, we have listeners that live 20 minutes from where from me. like Ed the letter carrier took a trip out of his vacation and drove to you. You're clearly the favorite. Like, I can tell you right now that if people were coming through on a road trip, they would definitely not seek me out. And for the record, I'm okay with that.
Until
right with it.
Until Chris Hemsworth gets out there, and it's like Boston has its own Chris Hemsworth.
I don't know, because when we did Sports Talk, we had this other podcast on. It was a female podcast. What was her name? Drawing a blank on her name.
Tim?
No, it wasn't Tim.
Oh, she Liz Loza. Yeah,
Liz Loza, yeah, and she's like
she was a guest on her show.
And she just fell in love with Matt.
Well, she did. She was a little sweet on me, but I think that's just because
she was. Well, Russ was like the definition of what you shouldn't. He was like he was the reason there was Me Too.
Oh,
I'm not trying to make a joke, but that he was saying stuff that you're like, oh my God, Russ, shut up. Am I right, Matt?
Yeah, pretty much. So,
it was.
It wasn't like
that is not a glowing review of somebody.
Well, I'm just being honest. I mean, it just was like every time he said something, you could just think, I was like, chick. He called her a chick.
Well, the chick on that's and it's like she has a name. She's on the show. You just
and she knows more about sports than you. So you need to stop talking. I mean, it was just one of those things where it's like, oh my God. But no, she was right away all over Matt. Well,
thanks for the glowing reviews there. I'll try not to let it go to my head too much.
Uh-huh.
I was just going to say though that Ed was it was really nice to just kind of meet him in person and kind of talk about the mail.
Well, he followed you on us on Sports. He
did. Yeah, I wanted to kind of that was the segment. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was your. That was exactly what I was going to bring up.
He always made the chat very interesting, along with someone else.
Yeah, exactly, and we talked about that. So, and
it was just like, oh my god, you just sit there and go back and forth, back. It's like, oh my god, this is.
Yeah, there was a moment where I was a little old school Star Wars. I said, now that's a name I haven't heard for a long time. So
a long time.
And anyway, but yeah, it was good meeting Ed and chit chatting with him. So thanks a lot, Ed, for stopping by and being a patron. So
hey, I'll try and get the Ramblecast a panel next year.
That'd be nice.
I don't know how easy it is, but I'll try it.
Most likely won't be there.
But yeah, we did have one. You will be there.
Chris is just like, we won't be there.
I'm not going to be there. Yeah, it'll just be an hour-long panel of just rambling. It'd be us doing really out of tune village people songs.
Well, the worst part is, can we have questions from the audience? It'd all be for Matt.
Yeah,
we might as well just get up and
leave now.
Yeah. Well,
we did have one. We did have one new first time Comic-Con fan show up, Kayla, who you might have seen her. She is a patron. Mm-hmm. She showed up and love that face, Chris. Thanks. Kayla showed up and had a nice conversation with all of us. And
for the record, I don't know, I'm not sure who Kayla is, but that face wasn't for Kayla. That was actually in reference to the chat they just sent to the group. So sorry, Kayla. I didn't want you to think I was ruining your mind.
Yes, but yeah, she ended up coming to the Coronado Brewery with us and having a nice time, along with Chip and Sarah and the whole gang. So it's always nice, and she knew who I was, so it was even better.
Well, you had a name tag at that point.
That's true, I did.
It said Nick from the Ramblecast, not Matt.
Not Matt. It just said not Matt. Yeah,
the other guy.
Well, I thought, what day was it that we picked up Zach and Alex? Might have been Thursday. We pick them up. We take them out. We go out and have some lunch and stuff. We come back to the hotel. And I thought it was, because at Comic-Con you guys, well, Matt, you haven't been there, but everyone, they have weird things going on all the time. And there was some kind of thing going on where they're playing the snare drums. They got loudspeakers in front of the hotel that Jay and Colleen stayed at. Well, it was Union protesting the hotel.
All right.
Oh my God, it was loud. I mean, because they had Conan O'Brien across the street. And it was like, oh my God, this is so loud. But they were polite. They let us go through and stuff like that. But we're sitting in the lobby waiting for Jay and Colleen to come back. And it was so loud. I'm like going, oh my God, I wish I was a guest here.
Yeah.
How nice that.
We talked about that almost every day. How, if you're wanting to rally people to your side of things, don't do the protest at 5 to 8 in the morning. It's like, yeah. You're not going to make the people staying there any happier.
Well, this was like 3 in the afternoon, but it went on for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah,
it was loud. I did see Jamie Lee Curtis. That was she was coming out of the Conan O'Brien thing. I said, "Oh, it's Jamie Lee Curtis." I threw her some yogurt.
Oh. So,
anywho,
Activia.
Can we just talk about the patrons for a quick second? Because
yes,
I know it's been a couple of weeks since we have been recording or on the air, but we've had a significant increase.
It's the Matt factor.
I think it's the Jack factor. Like, you almost died, and everybody was like, "Oh."
People say, if Jack dies, I'll become a $50 a month patron.
Right? It's like when an artist dies and everyone goes out and buys their records. Like,
exactly.
Is the podcast good because you're gone?
Is the Ramblecast worth more with a dead Jack?
they want to be around for the next live Ramblecast to see if it happens.
Actually, I mean, I think that we actually have to give the shout out and the credit where the credit's due.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And that would be with Joanne.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Like Joanne, top notch. So Joanne took it upon themselves to go into the Jay and Jack group and
shame people.
And pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to totally shame people out.
She's been doing a very good job of like a kind of a pledge drive. Actually,
yeah, she did a phenomenal job.
She's basically saying she will become a patron if she reaches her goal of so many more patrons signing on.
15 more or something like that. It seems like there's a new one every day.
And I'll tell you though, I mean, it came from the heart too, because she had what she had kind of led with was saying, "Hey guys, a ton of us here who listen to and love these shows. If everybody could just step up and donate even $1 to the cause." And I can say that we absolutely 1000% appreciate the efforts of Joanne, plus everybody who already is a patron and everybody who's joining up, because your donations through Patreon go to make sure that these shows keep going.
Yeah,
I've heard that she's going to get a autographed headshot of Matt any day now.
I don't know if she really requested that. It might.
Well, I think the problem is that with Matt is he's going to want more money here soon.
Yeah, that's true.
we already lost one podcaster because he wanted more money.
Okay, to be fair, all of the money is divided up equally amongst the podcasters, and also helps go.
You're saying that now, but I know how that goes.
Yep.
And it goes to help cover web.
I'm a team player, but I'm LeBron James.
Look, I'm just trying to I can't even help now. I'm just trying to
Jack, you do flop around every once in a while, that's for sure.
No, I'm not LeBron James. I'm saying Matt's LeBron James.
I probably am LeBron James when it comes to podcasting.
Well, I see what you're saying. I fell over. I get it now.
There you go.
It took me a second.
But in all joking aside, and all fairness, a big thank you to Joanne. I think that those efforts are definitely not going unseen. We really do appreciate that. And thank you to all the new patrons. We had probably 6 or 7 in the last 3 to 4 weeks.
And especially since it's only a couple podcasts going on right now.
Right, exactly.
It's the summer, so it's our downtime.
And definitely not to forget those people who have been patrons for quite a long time and continue to be so. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate your donations, your time, and your effort, and your contributions on the page. And it's great to have you guys as part of the family.
Yeah, and there's more podcasts coming. There's If podcasts, and
is there more Shandy and Matt's own brews?
No.
Don't hold back, Nick.
I'm just kidding. Actually, no, the
didn't look like you were kidding.
The laughter to be so good on that one. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't expect such a no.
That wasn't like no, probably not. That was like no.
That was if this was the explicit podcast, it'd be effing no.
It was Lord Vader level right there.
Outstanding.
The feedback on the Shandy episode has been great, and so I'm all for it. Actually, I had mentioned that maybe Chris should take one episode, Empire Strikes Back, or me, or whatever. It's up to Matt. I don't care.
Really, it's actually up to the lady.
I think Matt's already recorded all other 7 episodes of the other podcast.
Here's my plan. I actually recorded all of them, and I'm going to be releasing them over and over. I need to go through and make special editions.
People just want to hear me. That's all it is.
That's my George Lucas.
Well, dude, you are the favorite. So I mean,
it's not even close. I mean, because
Zach sells.
It's gonna. I mean, Jay and Jack are gonna lose top credits now. It's just gonna be Matt and Shandy.
All right.
Well, it's funny.
We gotta move on to another subject.
Wait.
There's people out there that hate me. Like,
no, nobody hates you.
Podcast with Matt, Shandy, Boston, and the other guy.
Well, with I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, surely there's something else to talk about than trying to make me feel.
We're making you feel good. What are you? We're giving you compliments.
It's weird. It is weird because, usually, it's like this is an inverse. Like, what happened at Comic-Con, guys? Like, was there a pact?
Do you want me to talk about Comic-Con some more, Matt?
I think I've told all my Comic-Con stories.
Okay. So anyway, I went to a lot of panels. Well, I tried to. It's but first one I went to, which I could say for Owen and Baruz, but it's really everyone kind of knows it by now. Star Wars: The Clone Wars coming back.
Yeah,
so
people were excited about that.
Oh my god, you should have felt the energy in that room. It was because like basically it was a typical hour, 45 minutes, whatever, 45-minute panel of just like, oh, here's some drawings that we didn't get to use, and here's some concepts, here's some costume designs. You're just kind of like, oh, it's been 10 years. Here's some of the cast, and what are your memories about it, and you don't think about it. And then with 4 minutes left in the entire panel, they start to get up, like, oh, and then like Dave Filoni's the producer goes, I guess I should give you guys something, and so people are thinking it's just like some unreleased trailer or something, because that's how it starts. It's just a line of helmets, like a clone helmets going, and it's blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, I sent you guys the link of what the video is, but it's like, then it says, a war left unfinished, and then until now. And you could just feel oh my God, it's happening, and it's just, everyone just uproared and applause and just so much excitement.
Boy, they really set the table up on that one.
That would make a great Owen Baruz barbecue.
Because that never leaked anywhere, right?
I mean,
there's like a lot of Star Wars news that's like all trying to get it into what's going on with Episode 9, but
I gotta tell you though, like, so that I as someone who was not at Comic-Con and was I wasn't even like following like coverage of Comic-Con. I wasn't even like actively participating and wishing I was there. Although I really wish I was there.
You were like anti-con.
No, I wasn't even that. I didn't. I was too busy with everything that was going on around here.
Screw those people at con.
But like, I'll tell you, that was the thing that made it to me fast. Like that video, someone shot a video of that, and it was up within minutes, and it spread all over social media. And like, I watched it right when it came up my news feed, and I was looking at it. I'm like, that panel literally just happened an hour ago, and or less than an hour ago. So that was probably the one big thing from Comic-Con that was like a huge reveal that for someone who wasn't even like really paying any attention to what was going on at the con, like it made it to my phone. It made it to me watching it within minutes of it actually happening, which is very, very cool.
I mean, because they showed us when we first came in, they showed us the original trailer before the first season aired, the first one at Comic-Con, back in 2009, I figured that was the only thing we were going to see. And so as soon as I felt that they were going to dim the lights, I immediately pulled up my phone, and I sent you. I mean, it's a crappy recording.
Sure.
But the guy sent that because I just I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be big. Because I had heard rumors that like now that Rebels is over, are they going to bring it back?
Right.
So if there's going to be a time to announce it, it's going to be then. And they did. And I mean, I don't think I'd been that excited in so long over something just as silly
over a cartoon.
Over a cartoon. And you could just feel it. I mean, partially it was the energy in the room because it was just a room full of just diehard Star Wars fans.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Well, it's more Ahsoka. It's more Obi-Wan.
That too, yeah.
So, I mean, and it's more of the good Anakin. The Anakin that we like.
Right,
so,
exactly.
And
so.
If they're going to give it some care I mean, because I really felt like the plot lines as they got in through Rebels really, really kind of gelled together, and Clone Wars can be sporadic at times, so it can jump around. So I wonder if this will be a little bit more harmonious, hopefully.
Yeah, but not to dive too deep into that.
Wait, which room was it in? How many people were there?
It was in 6 BCF, which is the biggest one on that side of the hall.
Okay.
It held, I don't know how many it holds, but I got there.
It's like 500. Am I right?
That was the one panel of all Comic-Con, which was on a Thursday, which is really strange. That was the one panel that I didn't care. I was like, I'm making it into that one, and I got there.
I thought it was the Lost panel with Jay and Jack.
I thought about it, but I wasn't on the panel, so I was like, no. I got there a good hour before. And got in no problem, and it was packed though. I was lucky I showed up when I did because it was packed within minutes, and everyone in there was dressed in Star Wars, waiting for Star Wars.
I was bummed that I didn't read my book because they had a Breaking Bad reunion. They had all these different panels. I would have gone to that. But I didn't even read the book.
That was Hall H on Thursday afternoon. You had a Better Call Saul panel followed by a 10-year, I think,
yeah, and people just walked in. I mean, it wasn't. There was no line.
Hall H was so easy this year. It was unheard of, at least in a decade, that people could just walk into it.
That's nuts.
But not to talk too much more about Star Wars because we can get into that.
Actually, do you guys see that? There's another Star Wars trailer. I don't know if you saw it. Which looks like it's a movie that's taking place in the Gungan towns of Naboo.
I did not.
Aquaman.
Oh,
Aquaman. Okay, you totally had me. I was like, "What are you talking about, Chris?"
Dude,
okay,
that looks so dumb, and everyone on the internet's like, "This looks amazing." It looks like Gungan Town or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know.
You mean Aquaman?
Yeah, but it looks like I was waiting for Jar Jar Binks to pop out and be in that movie.
How
isn't Aquaman the guy from Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue with him.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, hey, funny story though. So Aquaman, what's his name? What's it? Jason Momoa.
Yes, that's it.
And who is somebody else? Is it Henry Cavill? Henry Cavill, is he British?
He is.
They all are. They're taking our jobs.
But did he? But I believe Henry Cavill may have grown up or spent time in high school in the United States. Maybe.
I don't need to look him up.
He was in the show Tudors.
I always remember him from the remake of Count of Monte Cristo. He is his son. He's his son.
Oh,
okay.
It's when he's like 15, 14 years old, and he's like, before he gets swole.
What's you said? Jason. What's his name?
Khal Drogo.
Momoa.
Yeah, he's in the TV show Frontier on Netflix. It's an excellent show.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. But I was reading some meme, and I'm wondering if it's true or not.
Memes are always true.
They're never wrong. It's always fact.
But Jason Momoa went to high school with somebody.
It's the one thing where Trump ever says fake memes.
Fake memes.
Oh man.
Well,
God darn it. I'm trying to like
that rabbit hole now.
So, he went to school with
the guy.
No, it was Brandon Routh. Okay, so not Henry Cavill, but Brandon Routh, who played Superman in a prior Superman movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
So Jason Momoa and Brandon Routh went to high school together and played in the same soccer team. So at one point in time, one soccer team had both Superman and Aquaman on it.
Wow.
Whoa.
And the dude from Frontier.
Yeah. And Khal Drogo.
I'm telling you, Frontier is an excellent show.
That's the one with Kevin Costner, isn't it? Or is that? No, that's Yellowstone.
So can we talk about Nerd DC versus
Kevin Costner.
Marvel?
Nerd DC versus Marvel? Wait, what?
So I feel like DC Comics is literally throwing out like they're putting everything on black, right? They're betting it all. Like they're coming out with crazy amounts of stuff,
and it's crap.
It's all terrible.
That's right. Like they just need to stop and redo it because like.
Well, look what happened when Wesley Snipes put it all on black, and he went to jail, right?
Yeah,
he did. Always bet on.
It's from a movie.
Yeah,
Passenger
57.
They're putting so much stuff out there right now, content-wise, and it's all crap.
Yeah,
like I mean, I think Aquaman is probably like going to be their last. Hurrah. Who knows? Maybe that movie's gonna be great. I don't know. I think he's a fun actor. I think it's gonna be cool. It'll be a lot of action.
He's a fun actor. He's a great actor. But is Aquaman it's just what can you do with Aquaman?
I don't know. I don't know. But the only thing here's the thing is that here's where DC is successful, and that's with the CW network or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, sure.
Whatever. So like Smallville was a huge success. Flash has been a huge success.
Kind of ironic that Smallville was a huge success.
I know, right? And then Arrow Arrow's the Arrowverse, if you will. That's been very successful. But they're going away from that, and none of these stories, none of the actors are moving over, none of the storylines are moving over. It's like it's a whole new universe. So they're actually creating all of these like pitfalls for themselves.
Who's in charge?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know what the CW did? They bet on green.
Yeah. Oh, they bet on the 0 and the 00.
Yeah,
they did. They bet on green and they won big.
They totally bet on green.
You know, I was in Vegas. I was in Vegas once, and double green came up twice.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Then they bet on red, and they won. They won.
But that was the Russians.
And they just can't get their S together. Like they're going to reboot the Joker again.
Again, yeah.
Like what are you thinking? Quit while you're behind.
My argument, it's been my argument for a decade about DC, is that DC is a 20th century comic strip. That's what it is, because it's very black and white. It's very good versus evil, and that's it. There's very little room for gray, whereas in Marvel is gray. It's all gray. Because you can visualize yourself being Iron Man or Captain America or like that, because they're regular human beings that became super. Whereas in DC, you know, like Batman's the only one that fits that Marvel gray area.
Well, hold on. Some people don't even think Batman's a superhero.
But he is. But like I'm saying,
I agree.
Don't even get me started, man.
I'm telling you, that's what some people say.
But DC, but the WB does it great because it's geared more for kids in that. And lightheartedness, and that it works in that good versus evil, and that it's just you're teaching morality, not really stories with that. And whereas in Marvel, you're getting great heroes, and the villains always Marvel tend to be a little weak, but they're great because you can get that darkness that you want out of a story. But with DC, you can't do that. And I don't know, that's why Batman works though, is because the villains are so good, and they're basically definitions of different schizo. You know, like you have the narcissistic and like you have psychological disorders. That's what all Batman is. That's all of his villains. It's just like insanity, narcissism, so many things that's what you're fighting against. Is his own demons in a way, and then
but I mean, but there's been nothing. Nothing's been good.
Nothing. No. So other than the Nolan trilogy, which is a little overrated, as we've said.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hold on. I don't want to go on record as saying that.
Look, Batman Begins is a decent movie. It's a solid 7, maybe 6.5 out of 10. Dark Knight brought it up a big notch from an average movie to like, oh, this is actually worth watching. And then Batman Dark Knight Returns completely crapped the bed. It's just not even
I don't even remember what the plot of that movie is.
Yeah, it's so bad. So really, he made one good movie, one decent movie, and one crappy movie. But yet, the Nolan trilogy is considered to be like the best thing DC ever did.
So it looks like, and if this is what they're actually trying to do, this might be the best move for DC. You know, DC, if you're out there and need me to hire me, I can help you out with this. I will. But they seem to be moving in the dark.
we listen to the other three guys, but that Matt guy,
they're definitely investing. I think they're definitely investing in content for kids, right? So the Teen Titans Go, which is coming out. That might be the smartest move they've got going.
That might have been good. That might have been good in the 60s and 70s, but you look at today, it's the adults.
Yeah,
right.
Fair. Yeah, but I have 2 kids at home that we have some tickets, like some free tickets to go to our local theater, and I'm like, I'd take them to see the Teen Titans Go.
Right.
Do that.
So here's what DC's got going for them. Teen Titans Go, which by the way has a Deadpool cameo. Or they make fun of Deadpool, they reference Deadpool, and Stan Lee is going to be in the Teen Titans movie, making a cameo, which is interesting.
Stan Lee,
yes.
Yeah. Huh. So they have, but here's the thing that DC does have. DC has a few characters that are like synonymous with good, right? So Marvel has Captain America, right? Every other character is kind of like. You know, there's no real wholesome story, growing up story about how to be, whatever.
Well, how do you top Captain America, though?
Well, I mean,
Wonder Woman.
Captain America is Superman. If you want to do the parallels, Captain America is Superman.
Exactly. Captain America is Marvel's Superman. There's no question. But
Batman
DC also
has.
But hold on. Captain America was actually born in America. So
if you're
gonna
but as in just a character study of like what the parallels are. Yeah, it's true. Superman is technically the only true definition of illegal alien.
There you go.
But here's the thing: like, as a parent, like, here are the themes that I'm looking at, the things that I would love to do, the things I would love to have my daughter look up to.
Chris Evans?
No, it's
I'm
freaking Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Like, you got Wonder Woman, who's like this symbol of a powerful woman, and it helps my daughter look at that and say, oh yeah, I can be a hero, or Supergirl, or like all these, that's going for the male female thing. But you have all like these characters that are on the wholesome side, if you will, but they're just not doing anything with them. I mean, Wonder Woman, I think, could hold, in my opinion, probably be their best movie that they've had.
Well, there's another
years.
There's another Wonder Woman coming out, right?
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, it's called Wonder Woman 1984, I believe.
Oh, cool! So get a little Chris Pine action.
So
you'd be a little old then.
And then I believe.
No, something apparently happens to Chris Pine's character. That's why was that in?
I heard he ends up at the Starship Enterprise.
But
yeah,
before you jump in, I just want to conclude my point, though, is that like Marvel doesn't have that. Like, they don't have those look up to characters really at all, other than Captain America.
Well, yeah, they don't have those beacons. I would agree.
Exactly, they don't have like the heroes that you want kids to model themselves after.
Right,
so they just don't have it.
But do kids today like the anti-hero?
What to define kids? Like my daughter, who's 6, and she's watching these cartoons on Netflix, or whatever. Yeah, like I'm
thinking teenagers, 13, 14, 15. They're like, come on, I don't.
But that's not what Teen Titans is for. Like, Teen Titans is definitely not targeted towards like the teenager audience. The teenager audience are already enveloped into the Dark Knight. They're already watching.
I mean, when I was a kid, it was Batman, Superman. I mean, you had Superman was TV show, Batman, obviously the campy Batman with Adam West. Those were the two shows superheroes that you watched.
But I would even say that the campy Adam West Batman is probably the closest thing to Teen Titans that there is.
Well, that's what Teen Titans is. It's Robin and his group of sub heroes, like whatever you want to call it. It's just his little gang of kids.
If DC is looking at this to be the next generation for their franchise, it might be a smart move, because if you can get those kids and really hooked on these characters and these ideals, it'd be interesting to see how it pans out. But man, give it up for what's present day. Like, you're done, DC. You just stop.
No,
sorry.
No.
That was a nice rant.
It could have been a rant cast.
Yeah, there you go.
No. But in the parallels, Jack, going back to what I was saying. So Batman is Iron Man, Spider-Man's Robin. Like, you can make those same parallels.
I've never liked Spider-Man.
Yeah, no one likes Spider-Man.
Crap. Well, I just don't get him. I don't get the whole. Okay. It was on like they had like 2 different Spider-Man shows and cartoons. I never watched it. I just didn't.
I like Spider-Man and Friends. So
I really like the new Spider-Man. What's his name?
Yeah, Homecoming. Yeah, Tom Holland.
Yeah,
I was a bigger Tarzan fan than Spider-Man. I just didn't like Spider-Man. Never.
Spider-Man was the first comic I got.
I don't like him. And it's not that anything about spiders. I just didn't get the whole I'm Spider-Man. He can't do it. Nobody can. I
guess I just
Jack, that's not the theme song, right?
It's a theme song from the Spider-Man. If he can't do it, how's it go?
Does whatever a spider can.
Yeah. Again, I don't like it, so I don't care.
That's more like Matt, he's our man. He can do it. No one can.
Matt, he's the man.
We don't need to make a song about that with Spider.
So we should.
So
there we go. There we go. A competition.
No,
we need a Matt theme song.
I don't think so.
I'm your friendly neighborhood favorite podcaster.
Matt.
Look,
And here's
on,
my
guys.
and here's my
Shucks.
sidekick, Nick, the other guy.
The other guy.
No, you don't even say Nick. You just say other guy.
Matt and the other guy.
say your name, Tonto.
No, you don't even get Tonto. You're just the other guy.
Oh man. Well,
My special power is water. Yeah. Back to Comic-Con.
Wait, I hate DC.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So the second panel I went to, which was George R. R. Martin, Night Flyers, which is a new show coming to
Wait, way to go,
Sci-Fi
George.
Channel. George R. R. Martin wrote a novella in the early 80s called Night Flyers. And it's basically Psycho meets Event Horizon. Or, yeah, that's basically what. Psycho meets, Shining. Sorry, The Shining meets Event Horizon. That's kind of what I would call it. We saw the opening 5 minutes, and oh my God, is
What's this is going to be on the Sci-Fi Channel?
on the Sci-Fi Channel, but it is a kind of a horror story in space. It's not going to be for kids because the first 5 minutes of it was very The Shining. You see Gretchen Mole's character hiding.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. You see her hiding behind a chef's table kind of thing, and you see in a cafeteria, and you see a guy just dragging an axe through like the spaceship trying to find her, and she's trying to put out a distress signal saying, "Don't come here, don't come to the ship, do not bring us back to Earth," all these things, and then he ends up finding her, and she stabs him in the leg, and then she grabs an electric saw, like a little round one, like a pizza cutter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you think she's going to go kill him, but she doesn't. Like you see her like look out into space and then just takes the blade, just jams it right in her throat. You're just like, holy cow!
Why would she do that?
But it's like you don't know, but you're led to believe. I guess at least that way I thought it was like it's going to be like Event Horizon, where some kind of mental or something has affected them virally to make them all go crazy. And I was like, I'm going to watch it. I mean, not for kids for sure, but it looked pretty interesting.
All right.
Talk about Lost in Space, huh?
That's very Lost in Space. So that looked interesting. And then the other panel of note worth talking about was I sat in with a few of the people. Jack Ryan, new show for Netflix.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one.
And
It's in an Amazon.
It's either Amazon or
I'm pretty sure it's Amazon Prime.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did I say Netflix? I meant Amazon. We got to see the entire first episode, which was good. I really enjoyed it. Which, and according to Jan Colleen, if I say I really enjoy something, that means it's pretty much perfect. I would agree.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
I would disagree with it, but there's only I did have a few nitpicks about it, but I can save them for some other time. But I did enjoy it. I thought I wasn't sure if.
So you don't see the Jim character that you.
That's what I wasn't sure if Jim from The Office could pull it off.
He's not like Minute of His War. He's not giving that look like he would give the camera.
Yeah, you want him to, but no, he doesn't. Because like when he was a skinny guy, when he was Jim, and now he's all bulked up and
yeah, because he was afraid of Roy. Spoiler alert.
Right, and he's probably Roy's size now. And the thing is that knowing from all the other movies and things we know about Jack Ryan, I was like, how are they going to make this work? Because he's an analyst. That's what he is. He's not meant to be out in the field. Yeah,
he's a CIA writer, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I just watched The Hunt for Red October,
which is great, and that was one of my biggest nitpicks with it. Was
Ryan? I'm a Russian. Can you tell that I'm a Russian, Ryan?
In this pilot, he adversary. Surely mean adversary. Like, he basically his boss is looking up his file. You see it on the computer, like, ex-Marine, was in a helicopter crash, all this, and then in the next scene, he makes him get on a plane, and it's no big deal. It's like, wait a minute, we know from The Hunt from October he doesn't like to fly. So why would you not address that?
Exactly.
That was my biggest, kind of going like, well, he's not just going to jump on a plane all hunky dory.
Maybe there's something that happens in the next episode that.
Well, we want to see it in the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe they develop it up over time. I'm kind of curious.
Wait, why are we arguing? They're all going to agree with Matt.
Well, maybe they'll put Jim in kind of a funny situation where he's in the office.
Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
Wait, no, I'm going to save Pam.
Yeah.
Get off my plane.
I just watched on the plane when I was flying back from San Diego, The Quiet Place with him and Emily Blunt, his wife.
Oh, yeah.
You seen that?
I haven't seen that.
I have not seen that.
It's actually it's interesting because there's not a lot of dialogue because there's aliens out there. If you speak, you die.
Oh, right.
So it's the concept. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Not for everyone, but I would recommend it. Anyway, I don't want. You can't really say too much without spoiling it, but
yeah, don't spoil it. I still need to see it.
Yeah, that's on my list.
I saw it because I saw him on with Graham Norton. I said I got to watch that movie. So I
love Graham Norton.
He's the best.
That show is awesome.
It is.
So
maybe we should take the Ramblecast there. We could be on Graham Norton's show
after our appearance at Comic-Con.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a great show because the hosts sit there and get wasted.
Yeah, they drink, so it's a perfect show for the Ramblecast.
It's kind of like the Ramblecast, but way more famous.
well, now that we have Matt, I think we can get on the show.
Oh, true.
Yeah, no, I don't open doors.
I think Graham Norton is a big fan of Matt.
So there's a picture of me that Jack.
Anything else at Comic-Con?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was about to say like the. Before we hit record, there's a picture of me that I think it got posted on. It got posted on the Political Overflow, but not on. Yeah, it should get posted. It should get posted to the Jay and Jack group. Colleen took a picture of me on the back of the ferry from Coronado Island back to downtown San Diego, and it's this proud to be an American type photo.
Now, did you pose for that or just?
I did not pose for that. Colleen told me to hold the pose.
Oh, okay.
And this is where I'm going to get to the story, is that so we went to eat and drink at Coronado Brewery, which is an excellent place if no one's ever been. And during the events of walking from the restaurant to the boat, good old Zachary chose to shat himself, which he does.
Well, he's a master at that.
He is a master at that.
A master shatter.
And so we went to the top deck of the boat, and as we got into the water, I went, you know what? I'm going to go stand in the back of the boat where all the wind is, so I don't have to smell this. And
he could be a superhero with his poop.
Yes,
his poop is lethal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I'm standing back there, and the wind's feeling great, and the flag's blowing just perfectly, and I'm just kind of getting my nose up in the air, going, this feels great, with all the wind and the sea smell and all that. And Colleen goes, Nick, hold it right there, and then takes this photo of me, very Superman-esque, and the flag waving behind me and all this, and then everyone on the boat starts going, and I'm proud to be an American. So that's the story.
It was perfect because I saw it and I go, did he pose for that? I didn't know if you were being a smart aleck.
No. I mean, I knew that's how Colleen wanted to shape the photo, but that's really just me standing there enjoying the salt air instead of the poop air.
Poop air.
Smell the breeze.
Yeah.
The kid is lethal. I mean, I'm not kidding. The kid is lethal.
I think you've blown this fart gate wide open, Jack.
You think it's Zach?
Zach.
Powerful as he is.
I don't think he farts. He just poops.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So you guys are still on the political page, huh?
Actually, my first thing I said to Mike when I got to Comic-Con was, what the best thing about this week is? I don't have to read one political thing the entire time I'm here.
I might jump on that page and just no, I'm not going to do that.
I said to Mike, I said, "You're going to take a week off being a jerk." Is that what?
Proud to be an American where I'll lose money selling corn and peas.
Yeah.
That's my first post.
Pretty much.
Yeah, good luck with that.
No, I'm good.
Well,
is there anything else Comic-Con related that you want to? I mean, I had a good time. San Diego was nice. Weather was perfect up until the last 2 days. Then it got hot and humid.
Oh yeah, it's hot here. When you get up in LA and it's 75 at 7 a.m, you know it's going to be a hot day.
I was frustrated because when we took off, when we going to California, our plane, we left at 7 a.m, was delayed an hour.
Yeah, I remember you getting so pissed. You're like, what outgoing flight gets delayed?
It's 7 a.m. I mean, but our plane wasn't there yet. It was coming from, I don't know where it was coming from. And it took these people forever. I mean, United Airlines, it took, I don't know who was running the show there in San Diego. I'm sorry, Raleigh. They could not load the plane. And it was one of those things where people had to check in their bags. You have 2 bags. Look, we don't have enough room, and nobody would do it. I go, people, can we get on the plane? Can we get on the plane?
Ignorance is not an excuse, people. Like, get your S together and just read the rules and figure it out, right?
Yeah, and nobody would do. Nobody would do it. So we landed. The guy gets there in San Francisco with like a half hour, 20 minutes to spare, 25 minutes to spare. I go, all right, we made it. We're fine. We'll be fine. We sat on the tarmac for 25 minutes. I go, are you kidding me? Can we just get to the damn? So we finally get in the gate, and we run over to our gate, which was like 10 gates over. I said, yeah, we have that flight. They go, oh, you have the 6 o'clock flight. It was 10:30 in the morning. I go, because our plane was backing up. I go, are you kidding me? But we got on standby, and we got on standby, and it was fine. But it was just like, still, it was just
it's a long time.
It's still frustrating that your plane is back. If you could just get to the damn gate.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Like, sitting on the tarmac is the worst. I wouldn't. That drives me up a wall, and I feel like I'm every person on the on the memes or the Facebook videos of like people flipping out, like, just get me off the plane, get me off the plane. Yeah,
it was so frustrating because we knew we had it. But even if we were sitting there, if they would have said, we'll be off this, we'll be at the gate at 10:45. All right, we still have 10 minutes. No, we didn't get to the gate till 10:55. It was like, oh, come on, man, jeez. But it all worked out. We made it. And then coming back, we went to Frisco again, and we had like a 3-hour. Went to the airport early, and they bumped us on an earlier flight. So we landed in Frisco, and I had fish and chips at the Yankee Pier restaurant. I haven't had fish and chips in about 25 years. It was excellent.
Really?
Yeah, I was like a little scary about an airport food, but I was like, this is excellent. Maybe because I haven't had it in a while.
I love fish and chips.
It was excellent. Yankee, I'm sure you would like it because it was Yankee Pier.
Chris, yeah, not me.
Now Chris would love it because it's Yankee Pier.
What? He's not a Yankee. He is a Yankee.
I am not a Yankee.
He technically is a Yankee, but nah, he's
I'm outside of Yankee.
Yankee Pier.
So I'm going to talk about something that's not Comic-Con.
Yankee Pier.
I think we're Comic-Con out by now.
I forgot what my story was, though. I had something.
It was about DC Comics?
Those Mentos.
You know, I had so many people offering me Mentos, and I can't. I can't do it because I have a monitor up to me. I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people. Oh, you mean trying to sell you?
Yeah. No. This people saying, "Hey, I got this. I got that. I got this." I go, I can't.
I thought it was like, I thought you were saying like maybe at the panel or something. Like people walk up to you like, "Hey, Jack, I know you like Mentos. Here you go."
Actually, a couple of people before the panel and after. So
the Mentos have since left my brain, and I remember what my story was.
There you go.
And my review. So I have a quick review of a video game. It's been a while since I've done one of those, but I wanted to talk about this game that I bought yesterday. Now, this game is not new in the sense it's not new. It's been out in the market for a couple of years now, but when it originally hit the market on Steam Marketplace and for PC users, it was in PlayStation 4. The game was utter crap, and it was one of the most hyped games in the history of video games. About people, the company was saying how it's going to be the most expansive and biggest game in video game history, all about space exploration and being able to just seek out strange new worlds. But that game is called No Man's Sky. Now, the reason why I want to review it today because it just got released on Xbox, and it has benefited greatly for the 2 years of people just dumping on this game. I bought the game yesterday while at work, and I had it downloaded to my Xbox. When I got home, I could try it out. And this is part of the beauty of not having my wife and my daughter around. They're actually up in Maine right now, and I've had the house to myself, which is beautiful. So you can
I was wondering why you were so happy.
Yeah, empty pizza boxes everywhere. So I got home from work last night, and I put the game on, and the next thing I know, I have been playing this game for 5 straight hours, and I just got totally sucked into it. So the game is crazy.
I'm looking at some of the images now.
You start off the game. You're crashed on this planet, and you wake up. Your ship's all messed up. It's all banged up, out of shape, and you're on this crazy planet. You don't know what the hell's going on, and you have to try and figure out what's happening. So you have to fix your ship. You have to go with this. You have to go mine certain materials. All this other thing. And you start going on this crazy adventure. And I'm only played it for a day or two, so I'm very, very early on in the game. But the concept of the game is that it is nearly a limitless game in the sense of its scope and its size. So it does its best job of being able to try and map out a galaxy, not the same galaxy that we all live in, but a galaxy along the same scope and magnitude of the galaxies in outer space as we know it. So there's all these crazy generated planets and solar systems that you can go and visit, and the game actually generates them as you go. So they're saying, I was reading a post that's saying, is it possible for you to visit every single planet in the game? They said that if you were able to go to each planet, the game would be able to provide you, and you can travel 1 second at a time to get there, which is nearly you can't do. It's impossible to do. But if you were able to every second go to a different planet, it would take you something like 1 million years to complete the game, which is incredible. So it's just the magnitude and scope of the engine of this game is just really, really cool.
I think that's where I'd heard about it.
Wait, a million years in real time?
In real time to actually be able to accomplish everything.
That's kind of a letdown, though, too.
Well, no, but that's not the point of the game. Isn't to explore everything. It's just I'm not even quite sure what the end game for the game is. But here's the cool thing: is that when you play the game, everyone else who's playing the game, also gets dropped into some random planet somewhere in the vastness of space in the galaxies.
So you're playing against other people.
Yes and no, right? So like, the chances of you crossing paths with somebody are very, very slim, but you can, which is kind of crazy. But there's a ton of automated non-NPCs out there. So you have like computer generated like space pirates and enemies that you encounter. But you can also find other people in other people's bases that they set up, and you can actually interact with other people who are playing the game. But it's just really cool how like you start off in this planet by yourself, and you kind of have to find your way and start mining certain materials and building all these different things, building forts, exploring all these crazy planets and stuff. But the thing is, everyone else who's playing the game is doing the exact same thing. So there's a crazy chance that you might cross paths with someone else who's doing the same thing. I played the game for 5 hours last night, and I was like, my eyes are bleeding. I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I'm going and I gotta like go to this planet to go like find this plant that has a ton of carbon in it, so I can break it down and like build all this cool stuff. But yeah, it's a really cool.
It sounds really
take on a video game.
And I think I'd heard about that whole planet building like on its own or something.
Yeah,
I know I've heard about that. My brother plays a lot of video games, so I think this is probably where the knowledge came from. But I'm looking at some of the images; they look really cool.
To me, it's crazy because I was talking to Michael David's son, Connor David, and his middle name is a first name too. I can't remember what it was because I kept calling him 3 first names. Because it's Connor David is the last name, and his middle name is something that's a first name. I'm sorry, Michael. Connor. It might be no, it wasn't Michael. I can't remember what it was, but I kept calling him 3 first names. But he was telling me he plays. I said, "What do you watch on TV?" He goes, "I don't. I watch YouTube." I go, "What do you watch on YouTube?" He goes, "People playing game." And there's some game he plays where 45 million people play the game.
Fortnite, probably.
Yeah. What is it called? Yeah, that's it.
Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite. I go, 45 million people play this game. He goes, "Oh yeah, it's big."
Yeah. Jack, what's crazy is the streamers, the people that he's watching play, make ridiculous money.
I know, I get it, and that's that's his goal.
Bananas money. Like they have these guys are making probably $500,000-$600,000, or I think more than that. Like,
so if you want to support the Ramblecast, our next step, we're going to play video games.
I don't understand how. Yeah. I don't understand how that's a profit. How do you make money playing video games?
Here's how you do it.
People watch it and subscribe to your channel, right?
It's amazing. So if you're on like Twitch, right? If you're a streamer on Twitch,
which I am,
you get, I believe, $1 per streamer, $1 per subscription, like every month.
It's called Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
Now, this is a video game thing.
No, it's not just video games. It's actually like a live streaming service. So people go on Twitch and like knit and crap, and like they have people watch them. It's crazy.
Okay, come on. People are paying money to watch people knit.
Wow, I'm not even kidding you.
Well, to be fair, my wife did do that.
But here's the thing, though: it doesn't stop there. So, like, let's say on Twitch, I'm probably getting the figures wrong. So, all you people listening out there who are Twitch Pro people, like, shut up.
We don't need the bad Twitch review.
But the idea is this: is like that you get paid per subscriber monthly, and I think that's anywhere between 50 cents and $1 per subscriber. These guys have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, that people that watch them.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they also solicit like donations while they're playing. And I've never donated because I've never felt compelled enough to say, I'm going to give this dude money because he built a fort in Fortnite. But they get ridiculous money because when you pull it together, like these guys they go live. I get notifications every time Dr. Disrespect from Twitch goes live, and all of a sudden people just pour into these rooms. They'll have like 20, 30, 40,000 people watching them simultaneously.
Wow.
And when you have 20 to 40,000 people who are watching, you're going to have a small percentage of those people who are going to feel compelled to give money to this guy because they're loyal and they want to tip him and everything else. These guys are making millions of dollars a year.
So you're saying while you're playing No Man's Sky, that's what you need to do, man.
Yeah.
So I should have stayed into Pong and stuff like that. I should have stayed in
Pong. Yeah,
Twitch
that would
Pong.
have directly led.
Twitch Pong will get you so much money.
Twitch Pong. Well, knitting.
Watching a ball go back and forth.
It's bananas. It's incredible how much money these guys are actually making.
Well, when he told me he's trying to get a he said he told his mom he'd get a scholarship. I go, a scholarship? I guess there's scholarships out there for it.
Yeah, there are. Like, so Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, he owns the
biggest Fortnite.
Not Fortnite, the other one.
He owns the refs.
That too. No, what's that shooter game that everyone loves? I can't think of it.
Call of Duty?
No, it's like a cartoony version. Whatever. But it's one of the first esports leagues that have gone like public and gone throughout the country. So
is that the one where they shoot the ducks?
He owns yeah. He owns the New England esports team. Oh my god, what's the name of that game?
Esports coming at you.
He invested a ton of money in the Overwatch.
In the Navy.
Overwatch.
It's an Overwatch league. And
sounds really ominous, by the way.
Well, Overwatch it's just a shooter game that was developed by the same guys who made like what's that game that's like super nerdy that people like lost their wives and families to?
Donkey Kong.
No, the role playing game.
Donkey
Dungeons
Kong.
Or World of Warcraft.
Thank you, World of Warcraft. So yeah, the same company that makes that game. But like I'm telling you, like esports, that is the next NFL. It is the next, big, huge, like, because all the, like, so many kids today now are spending hours and hours and hours watching these guys play games, and guys and girls play games.
Well, that's what he was telling me. He said, I don't watch TV, I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you watch on? And when he said, I go, 45 million people. That's worldwide, right?
That's people. Yeah. But that's worldwide. But that's like at one point.
The Oasis will come true at some point. At some point it will, where everyone just puts on their goggles and lives their own fantasy within that world.
It's boggling.
Well,
it's mind-boggling.
The show you guys got me hooked on Secessions.
Yeah,
they always laugh when the old guy wants to buy TV stations.
Yeah,
they're like,
you want to buy a news station?
News station, TV. Nobody's watching. I mean, I just found out that the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes, they gave their radio announcers 80% cut. I go, wow, that's a huge cut. only 2,000 people listen to a Hurricanes game on the radio every game because nobody's listening to the game on the radio.
Right.
Radio's dying. So it's like, I go, wow, I just didn't think about that, but it's just amazing. But these kids on YouTube, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I was just blown away by it. I wish I could remember his middle name, but he has 3 first names. That's on. I kept teasing him about it. That's just what I do. Because he was my grandson was watching a cartoon and he was in the room watching the cartoon. And I said, "Do you know what's going on?" He goes, "No, I don't watch this." That's when he started talking about YouTube and the games and Fortnite and Fortnite.
Yeah, I play Fortnite. Fortnite's a lot of fun. It's a good game.
Yeah, somebody recommended it to me yesterday.
I go, God, 45 million people. That's just amazing.
It's nuts. It's such a. I wish I was smarter about investing time and money. I'm not saying I wouldn't have been the guy playing the games. I'm not good enough, but I wish I figured out a way to get behind that before it was big, because the money to be made in that industry right now is just stupid.
Well, you have the kids who are getting addicted to it.
Yeah.
And you know what Abraham Lincoln said? Fortnite and South to go.
Nick's not my favorite.
Fathers brought Fortnite towards the children.
Just one more play, honey.
So were we still going to do trivia for tonight's show?
I think we should.
We should.
We do trivia and call it a night.
Yeah, yep. I think so. I'm going to go play Fortnite after this.
I think I'm going to do the same.
Just going to look up what is Fortnite.
I've got tomorrow off.
It's 2 weeks.
Hey, so do I. Anyway, who's going first on this?
Well, apparently Jack likes to call this Matt's rules. I just call it roulette rules, maybe. Or
trivia. I say Matt's way. It's your game. You came up with it.
It's not my way, though. You know, if I had it my way,
that's why people remember you and don't remember Nick.
So pull back the curtain a little bit. Before the show, we decided that we're going to do trivia, in which we all come up with at least one question. Not at least, but we come up with one question for each of our co-hosts, and then we will fire off those questions as we go in a roulette or randomized
rapid fire.
Oh, is it rapid fire? Oh.
I'll go first. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Wait, so Nick's going first?
No, I'm going to ask Nick a question right now.
I said, who's going second?
We'll figure it out after the first one.
All right, so Nick's going first.
Nick, the first ever patented blank was built in 1927 to drive traffic to the Creators Hotel on Lookout Mountain in Tennessee.
Lookout Mountain.
Wait, the first ever blank
was built. First ever patented blank.
The Volunteers
was built in 1927 to drive traffic to the Creators Hotel on Lookout Mountain in Tennessee.
So you're looking for the name of the hotel?
Nope. The first ever patented blank was built to drive traffic to the hotel.
Drive traffic. I think it's a car. Got to be a car.
Wow, you are terrible at context clues, Jack.
I don't. I
am too, though.
I have no idea which. I'm still thinking of Fortnite.
I was just gonna say billboard, but
that's
not a bad guess.
Okay, billboard.
But we need to know who's going second, so in case he's wrong, they can steal the answer.
Jack, you're going second.
Okay, Jack's going second. He said billboard is wrong. So the question is again. This invention in 1927, first patent blank invention to drive something to his hotel, right?
That's correct.
First patented.
Radio. I have no
That is incorrect.
Okay. Matt's going third.
Well, I wanted to say bridge, but I think bridges have been around for a lot longer. So
and you laughed at my radio. You laughed at my radio one.
Patented.
Peyton Manning.
1927. What?
Movies.
Movie. No. Yeah, it's a good. No, it's not a movie. It's got to be something like a. I liked Nick's idea about the billboard.
Billboard.
But could it be it couldn't be a lighted sign. Why would it be a lighted sign? That doesn't even make sense. I want to say cotton gin.
Cotton gin. That'd
be Eli Whitney.
All right, I'm going to go for illuminated sign.
How many guesses did Matt get?
Illuminated sign was your guess. You guys are all incorrect. In 1927, the first patented miniature golf course was created to drive traffic to the Lookout Mountain, Tennessee.
Drive traffic. Yeah, I can see why I was messed up on that one.
How would any of us know that?
You're from Tennessee.
I'm not from Lookout Mountain. That's on the opposite end of the state.
Not my fault.
I would have got it if I was from Tennessee. No. Just saying. I would have known it.
I feel like there's an Ohio question.
So the first patented miniature golf course is from your state, Nick.
I did not know that.
Wait, miniature golf course? That wasn't a real golf course?
No.
Oh, the miniature.
Oh.
Miniature people with miniature hands.
Those are from New York.
We represent the lollipop.
All right, so since Chris...
I'm second. I go second because Chris made me second.
Oh, okay.
Right. Wait, or does Nick go next?
We didn't decide, but whoever.
I'll go next. This question is for Matt. What college did Indiana's favorite son, Mike Pence, go to?
Oh, crap. What school?
What college?
Oh, what college?
Indiana's favorite son, Mike Pence, go to? And he went with Woody Harrelson.
What?
He went with they actually knew each other.
Huh. It's weird. I'm gonna guess.
It's an Indiana question. You should know this.
Yeah, but I don't really give two craps about this guy's.
But he's the Indiana's favorite son.
If only I knew where Woody Harrelson went.
He was your governor.
Yeah, but no, that doesn't. No.
If you would have said I was from California and Schwarzenegger was the governor, I could tell you it's his movies.
I don't think it's IU. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I don't know why Notre Dame.
That question, that is incorrect. Next up would be Chris.
IU.
It is not Indiana University. Nick.
Considering the only two universities I know from Indiana have already been said.
Wow.
I'm going to say Indiana.
Is there more than two in Indiana?
Oh yeah, there's another big one that you're missing, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to say Indiana State.
Isn't Bowling Green from
Kentucky?
Kentucky? All right, I tried. Would you say, Nick?
I said Indiana State.
Indiana State. It is Hanover College.
Huh.
A very religious school that Woody Harrelson was very religious. He had a Presbyterian scholarship for.
Okay.
But then he discovered that he wasn't as religious as he thought he was. He actually said he met Mike Pence and was a nice guy, but Mike Pence was always very religious, and he wasn't as religious. But you know, anyway, Hanover College in Indiana. Mike Pence.
Well, that's why I was going with the Notre Dame because I was like, it's got to be a religious thing that I'm not.
That was close. I almost feel like giving you a point, but no, I can't.
Yeah. And you could have said Purdue too. That's
and ironically, Hanover College had the first miniature golf course.
It wasn't patented.
It was like, God, that stupid windmill. Anyway.
All right, we'll let the other guy go last.
It's Matt's up next. The other guy.
All right, Chris.
Who's the other guy?
Who are those guys?
Who are those guys?
What movie, Nick?
All right,
Butch Cassidy.
There you go.
Chris, this question's for you. I was just kind of pulling some random stuff here, but all my questions have a bonus question, so it's kind of like what?
Well, you already got Chris.
Are you changing the rules mid-game?
It's Matt's game.
I said it earlier with Jack, and he said it was okay.
Oh, good thing you communicated that out to the rest of us.
Well, you were taking a power dump, so
it was powerful. It was a powerful dump. That's
I don't have to do the bonus question. I just
It's already been okay.
I just thought it'd be kind of fun. All right, so how many bones in the human body are you born with? You're born with so many human bones in the body. How many are you born with?
How many do you have when you're normal?
It varies between 211 and 215.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, and this is a closest. I'm doing the born with bones. The bonus one has to be on. What's that?
191.
Okay. Jack?
I will go 101.
Whoa. Okay. Nick, what's your guess?
You're flimsy.
190.
190.
Could you go 192?
Well,
You're forgetting that we have less teeth, so like and things like that. So
I guess Chris is going to win this with 191. Closest to you're born with 270 bones in your body.
Wow.
Now,
because they haven't fused together yet. Makes sense.
All right. So now that you've said that, Mr. Weisenheimer.
Wow. So wait, Chris,
why does he get the bonus? I want the guy right.
No, I'll come back to you.
Your rules suck.
I didn't say I would go to Nick. I'll go to you, Chris.
He didn't say what's your name.
Yeah, I just said I didn't want him to give anything else away.
Because now you're Weisenheimer.
Bonus question.
Bonus question, though, has to be on.
Get it? Bonus question.
271 of them.
So this one has to be on the money in order to get the bonus question. As an adult, how many bones do you have in your body?
215.
215. You're going with. It's not the number I got. Sorry.
All right.
211.
Wait, wasn't it my turn?
It's a number, Jack.
Before, after, or during intercourse?
Wait, is that what you were going to guess?
I guess you were, Nick.
Get an extra bone in, you know what I mean?
Jack, what are you going to guess?
Nick said 211.
He didn't get it right.
I'll say 210.
All right, it was 206.
Oh, so Jack gets a point.
No, it was had to be on the money for that one.
You never know. You could have one or two extra in there.
That's a bunch of crap.
My bonus question is harder. My bonus question is harder.
It's because it varies. Because it's like if you watch even Terminator 2, Lyndall Hamilton goes, "There are 215 bones in the human body. That's one." You know, like when she breaks the guy's arm.
What if I lose my arm?
Yeah.
What if I lose my leg?
Well, if you're filming a DP scene, you got 217.
All right. When I was fact checking this stuff earlier, these are the numbers that I came up with.
Right.
Chris gets at least 1 point.
Yeah.
I gave Chris a point, and Jack gets nothing for being the closest.
No, it had to be on the money.
Stupid rule. I think this is gonna hurt you, Matt, as far as the podcasting favorite.
Oh, okay. Or it'll help me.
So what's the order?
Nick, you're up now. Your question is to anybody.
To anybody? Okay. The way I designed these is that one of you should get the question, but I want that person to go last.
Oh.
Why is it? When did this become so complicated?
I don't know. That's just the way I wanted.
Yeah, so much for a lightning round.
Question. Okay. So I want Jack to go last on this one.
Okay. Spano sucks.
Yeah. San Diego's baseball team are called the Padres.
Uh-huh.
What other name do loyal fans often call them, especially when they're on bases?
I can't say this on air.
No, not that. It's actually a very simple and easy question.
When they're on bases?
Like what the announcer and what fans call when a Padre is on the bases, when they're running the bases. What's the other nickname that they're called?
It's called shocking.
So Jack gets to go last. Hopefully that's not the answer.
I'll let you go first. Favorite one.
Okay. All right. I'll go first. You wanted me to go first, Chris? Is that it?
Yeah. He's the favorite one.
Well, it's not Nick.
I'm gonna say because I have no idea, but they're pirates, and so if they're on the bases,
San Diego or the Pirates?
Where the hell did you get pirates?
Didn't you do sports talk with three stupid guys? Is that where they got the stupid guys from?
The San Diego Padres.
Are you the favorite stupid guy?
I was.
Arr, matey. We're the Padres. Say hello to God for me.
Oh, I think you're giving me a hint. That's what I was trying to go for here. So when they're on the bases, it's called butter on the bases.
Butter?
They're called.
Did you say butter?
They're called butters.
Yeah, like pads of butter, Padres. Pads of.
God, I hope this team wins a World Series someday. Jeez.
All right. Well, anyway, that's my guess. Is there a bonus question for this one?
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's jam to go with your butter. Toast.
They're really good butter bases.
So I don't know if this is the answer. I do know the term, a term that is used for the fan base. And I'm going to go ahead and extrapolate from the Friar faithful that they would be friars on base.
That is correct.
That would have been my answer.
Man, Chris with the who would have
I was
known?
going to say dads.
No, they're always called the Friars.
The Friars.
Well, the mascot's a swinging friar.
Also, the same mascot of the
Pittsburgh
Providence
Pirates?
College Friars.
Really?
Yep.
You sure the Padres aren't like pirates too, though? Like a little bit.
I don't know what the hell you got. I don't know where you got pirates from.
They're monks, like missionary, like friars.
Yeah, because of the sands.
Now, what were the Dodgers named after?
The sand.
Draft Dodgers.
Yeah.
No, not draft Dodgers. They were named. You want to know the answer?
Sure.
They were from Brooklyn. It was dodging trolleys.
Oh,
Dodgers.
dodging.
That's what I heard. I don't know. I call them something else, but it's a PG show.
Oh,
So who's up?
Wasn't muted. Sorry.
Who's next? I am up next.
No,
I'm sorry.
you've already asked a question, haven't you, Jack?
I've asked.
I think it cycles back to.
It goes back to Boston.
Oh, back to Boston. Who's up 2? It's at this time
After round one,
2-0.
a wee bit of a rough round.
Because I got nothing for being close. Those damn San Diego Pirates.
All right. My question
Always stealing bases.
is for Jack. Jack, why should you be excited for October 5th of 2018?
October 5th, 2018. I should be excited for October 5th. I'm still alive. October 5th, 2018. Well,
I hope you didn't just jinx yourself.
Well, it's World Series time, so that won't be the Padres. October 5th. I'll be excited. October 5th, 2018.
Yeah.
They're going to start filming Deadwood.
That is incorrect.
That's a good guess, though.
Good guess.
That is a solid guess.
Nick.
By the way, if you haven't heard, Deadwood's movie has been greenlighted.
Actually, I almost brought that up earlier. I forgot. I don't know. Venom comes out. It's the only thing I can think of.
That is incorrect.
What comes out?
Matt.
The movie Venom with.
Oh.
Huh. So, well, it's the day before my birthday, but I don't think it has anything to do with that. So,
I'd be excited. I'd be
That
excited.
is kind of like Norm saying 3 people who have never been in my kitchen.
right?
It was Cliff.
Or
And it's
Cliff,
2.
rather, my fault.
2 people. But I like the guess of like something starting filming. But
Is your birthday on the 4th?
it's on the 6th.
Oh, my sister's birthday's on the 4th. Okay.
It's a popular time of year. It's
Yeah.
the best, really, of all the Libras.
She's the favorite of all the kids, so it makes sense.
Okay, well,
Okay, you got the answer wrong.
what?
Pirates movies coming out.
Yeah.
Pirates Caribbean 7, 8.
Spanos' birthday.
Pirates of the San Diego.
Spanos dies.
Stranger Things comes out.
No, wrong. Okay, so it was revealed at this year's Comic-Con that October 5th of 2018 will be the premiere date for season 3 of The Man in the High Castle.
That's the one panel I missed. Yeah.
It's funny you said that. I saw that.
Huh.
Now it hits me. I can't wait for that.
Yes.
I will be excited.
I tried to get in that panel, but they had it in 6A, which is a really small room, and it was packed. I was like, damn it.
Nazis are really popular this time of year.
Yeah, they are.
They really go well with the heat wave.
I think it's my turn, Matt.
Wait, no, I thought I went after. Oh yeah, it is your turn. Never mind.
Jeez, man.
What? It's a long podcast. I forget.
It is. This one's for Chris. Since you're from Boston, right? You've seen Boston, right? You've been to Boston
A couple times.
One of Boston's favorite sons, Paul Revere. You've heard of him, right?
Yep.
What was the date and year, and this will be closest to, of the midnight ride of Paul Revere? Month, date, year.
Month, date, year.
The midnight ride. He was born in north end of Boston, far south or something like that. He died in Boston, though, in 1818. Midnight run of Paul Revere, telling us the British were coming, even though the British were already occupying the United States. I don't get it, but that's okay. They're already here. Shut up! I'm trying to sleep.
All right, so
Paul Revere, he had a horse.
I'm going to say it was
This is a tough question, but a good one for
August of 1771.
1772. Okay. I think Matt, you're up next. No, I'm sorry. Nick's up next.
Do you want the month and the year?
Month, year, and date. So closest to.
Oh, Chris, you didn't give a date.
He was way off. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
April 2nd.
April 2nd.
1775.
1775. Matt.
Okay, so I had another number that I just wrote down. I was writing April 4th, 1768. I don't know why I went back that far.
1768?
Yeah, I don't know why I went back that far.
1768. That final answer?
So 1770. I don't know. Is it it's got to be 1770. No.
17.
I'll go April 4th, 1770.
The correct answer, and Nick, what's closest? April 18th, 1775. So you're only 16 days away there, Nick.
Yeah, I figured. I thought it was 1 year before the actual independence.
Yeah,
which is crazy because you guys. I think I may have covered this before on the show before, but I'm a Freemason. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I didn't know you were in a cult.
I did not know that.
And we actually have.
Hold on a second. Jay always wanted to be a Freemason.
I haven't gone in years, but I am.
What do you have to do to become a Freemason?
I can't tell you. I have to kill you. The lodge.
I don't care. I want to know.
The lodge that I am a member of was chartered by Paul Revere, and we actually have this. We have the sign, his actual signed charter.
So after this question, you're no longer a Freemason.
Why?
They might kick you out
because you could. You
just
1772. I mean,
he signed it on June 9th of 1795, which is not too far after his ride, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
All right.
That is pretty cool.
So could I be a Freemason?
Yeah.
Really?
You got to know when to become one.
Is that what it is?
I think that is a thing, right?
Really?
Yeah. I think I saw it on a sign. There's a lot of Freemasons.
Is there money in it? Can you make money in being a Freemason?
No.
If you're on Twitch.
A Twitch Mason.
Twitch Mason. There you go.
All right. So I get the next question, right?
You do, Matt.
Okay. So this goes to who did I ask first? Last time
you asked Chris.
I asked Chris. All right. I'm gonna go to Jack for this one. Save the last one for Nick.
All right.
Okay. So again, there is a bonus question.
217 bones.
But this one. The first part of this one has to be on the nose. I'm not going closest to.
Oh, come on.
What? I think it's harder that way. And I think, okay.
Well, Chris got to get closest to, but I'm not complaining. Let's go.
All right. How many We know how many U.S. states there are. How many U.S. territories are there? Right? You're like, Guam? Italy?
4.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
No. I don't know what order we're going in. I can't remember what order we're in.
Chris is up next.
You got a guess there on.
These questions are hard.
My ear was blocked. What was the question?
Oh, how many U.S. territories are there?
Oh, for the record, I was looking at my phone. I was not looking at that. I was looking at Instagram, just to be fair.
Just for the record, I'm not just like talking into like Siri. Could you say it louder for Siri?
How many territories?
How many U.S. territories are there? There's 50 U.S. states. How many U.S. territories? And I made Jack be on the nose for this one, so
I can only think. I said 4. I can only think of 4. That's probably.
This whole Vietnam thing got me. I was watching it, and it got me.
Puerto Rico count? Does Puerto Rico count?
Yes.
Yeah,
as a territory.
Yes, it is a territory.
I counted it, but I was wrong.
3.
So is Guam, the Midland Islands. Nope. Is 3? 3 your answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Nick.
5. 5 official, but there's more that are incorporated.
Ooh.
16.
That's subtext.
16.
16.
16 total U.S. territories.
What?
That's all of them together.
That's crazy.
It is.
Name them.
Yeah, name them. Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying the 5 are, the Marin. I would say Marinara, but it's not Marinara. Like
Marina
Islands, American Samoa, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Virgin Islands. Those are the 5, and then you have other ones that aren't.
I forgot about American Samoa.
Kind of in the gray area. They're not really territories.
Okay, well, when you go onto Wikipedia and you look up territories of the United States, listed as 16. So that's
we're all way off, is what you're saying.
So no, I mean it lists all 16 on.
No, we had 3, 4, and 5, so
right.
It was way off.
Right. So
all right.
Okay, and the bonus question: where is the largest settlement? So where does the most amount of people that live in all of those 16 territories? Where would that be? So, and I'm looking for a city. And
a city.
Sorry.
City.
Yeah, because you could just say the place, and I would be like, yeah. Sorry, my bonus questions are hard.
I don't know. This is tough.
Sorry, Jack.
Los Angeles. I don't know. New York.
You could probably guess one of the largest territories that we have.
I'm just trying to guess a city. I can't think of a city.
I know.
Guam City.
Guam City.
It's
Guam Town.
Puerto Rico City. I can't think of one.
Puerto Rico City. That's
Puerto Rico City.
Am I next? I'll say San Jose.
San Jose. Nope.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
It was close. I thought he could get it.
Yeah.
It's
it?
San Juan.
San Juan.
Did I say San Jose? I didn't mean to say San Jose. God damn it.
San Juan Capistrano?
San Juan.
San Juan.
Puerto Rico.
Okay.
To all of our listeners in Puerto Rico, I apologize for butchering your capital.
I apologize for not even thinking of San Juan.
I was glad he missed it because that was the only city I knew of all the territories. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm thinking all the other territories are small, relatively small islands.
They are little islands.
Puerto Rico is the largest.
I think I have to apologize because I couldn't even think of San Juan, Puerto Rico.
I meant
3 million
San
people
Juan.
live there. 3.5 million people live in San Juan. So anyway, didn't mean to.
San Juan Capistrano.
Throw such a But hey, their territories in San Juan. So
Wow.
Not Guam City though.
Not Guam City didn't make it.
I almost kind of wanted to say like Guam because I know that our Air Force base there takes up like half the population of the island.
Guam Town,
which is awesome.
Take me to Guam Town.
In the Navy.
You can sell the 7 Cs.
In Guam Town. Take me to Guam Town.
It's like a full circle. We made a full circle in a Seinfeldian way.
Instead of Funky Town, it's Guam Town.
Guam Town.
Guam Town.
Marin Islandville,
Won't you take me to Guam Town?
San Jose, which is in California.
The population of Guam.
Next question. This is terrible.
Specific.
This is Jack's turn, isn't it?
We just lost all our listeners in Guam.
162.
Am
62,000.
I next or is it Chris?
I think it's
No,
me.
I haven't gone yet. How many questions have we? I've only asked one question.
I've asked two. I've asked two good questions.
You're next.
Matt's asked two terrible questions.
So Matt goes last on this one.
Oh,
Matt,
great.
let Jack go first on this one.
Guam.
Since you love geography so much, it's perfectly fitting for you.
It is my favorite subject.
What city in the great state of Indiana
Oh, no.
shares its name with a Beach Boys song?
Huh.
Kokomoville.
Bermuda, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take it to Bermuda,
I mean, he basically
Bahamas.
said it.
Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo. Sells Indiana's. What Beach Boys song? It's based on a city
No.
in.
What
No,
city
it's just-
in Indiana shares its name with a Beach Boys song?
If you don't get it now, I hope you pick Good Vibrations. By the way, I'd love to find where Good Vibrations, Indiana is. I bet there's a lot of people there.
Surf City. I mean, it's because the Beach Boys are known for their surf music, which is
Okay.
California music. So,
Mhm.
yeah, when you think beaches, you think in surf music, you think Indiana.
Yeah, you do.
God, I don't know.
you think Muncie? Great places to visit.
Muncie.
Like Muncie. That wonderful song about Fort Wayne.
California girls, I got nothing.
Okay.
Warsaw or
Am I up?
Hey, Chris is up.
I'm
Yes.
disqualified. I am disqualified. I looked it up because I didn't know what it was, but I wanted to know what it was. And,
Yet you.
and that is awesome.
Kokomo.
Okay.
It's Kokomo.
It's Kokomo.
absolutely Kokomo.
And Chris spoiled it before the question.
Is it Kokomo? And I was singing the song.
It was Kokomo.
I was 100% joking. I had no idea that was a place that existed on Earth.
It counts. I got a point.
I started singing it.
That's awesome.
Bermuda, Bahamas, come on, pretty mama.
Like I legitimately looked it up because I had no idea, and I was like, "Did you see the look on my face at one point?" I was like,
I was just, oh, come on. Kokomo, Indiana?
Kokomo, Indiana. Yeah.
Kokomo.
"Oh, it's hysterical."
What a stupid question.
It was beautiful.
All right, this one's for Nick.
All right.
Current mayor of Los Angeles. What is his name?
Oh, God, I don't know.
You live in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I didn't vote for the guy.
Well, he was going to run for governor.
I know what he looks
Yeah.
like. I don't know his name, though.
You don't get any points for what he looks like. His name is not Kokomo. I'll
Yeah,
just give you
answer
that.
questions that everyone else can get, though. I mean, there's no way that Boston and Matt know that.
What? The mayor of Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Come on.
I've got a name question coming up.
I know what he looks like.
Yeah,
I don't know his
exactly.
name.
I know what he looks like.
Look like doesn't get you any points. Come on, Nick.
Do I have to be
The
on
only
those or
The only,
closest to
the only
name?
politician's name I even know is Gavin Newsom or Newsom.
It's your mayor. Of course, if you asked me the mayor of Raleigh, I'd be, I don't know.
Closest to the name?
Even though they followed me on Twitter, I still don't know who it is.
I don't know. Pass.
All right, let's go with Matt.
I'm going to go with
It's not Tom Bradley.
John.
No.
John.
Chris.
Chris says no.
I have no idea.
I told you they wouldn't know.
I know now because I'm looking at it. But
second largest city in America. They have 2 NFL teams.
None of them are good though.
And he didn't want one of them.
What's crazy is his background. This is why I know him.
Eric Garcetti.
I didn't know his name, but his background is incredible. He's not only is the first elected Jewish mayor, but he's also a Mexican American.
Yeah. I knew he was Hispanic. I just couldn't think of it.
I do like him because he said, we don't want the Chargers. He actually said that.
All right. My last question is for Matt. Matt.
And Matt left.
Matt.
I think Matt just died.
He got a call from
my mic.
I thought he got a call from the broadcast.
My last question's for you. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. In the year 875 CE, or Common Era,
sure,
the Chinese invented this specialty paper.
Ooh.
Oh.
I knew there'd be a paper question on here.
I thought it was going to be gunpowder, but
1875.
Nope.
No.
875.
Nope. 875 CE.
Okay.
The Chinese invented this specialty paper.
Specialty paper.
3-hole punch.
White college rule.
Well, I don't. I'm
legal.
Just gonna,
notepad.
I'm gonna say rolling papers. No. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Actually, coming from Chris, that would have been a good guess.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm thinking it's a type of sumi paper. So
Zigzag.
I'm just gonna guess and say mulberry paper.
That is incorrect.
Oh, Matt.
Jack.
No, Nick's up next.
Oh, Nick.
I'm just going to think outside the box and say wallpaper.
Ooh, good guess. But it's the wrong one.
Okay.
Jack.
Paper 875, right?
This specialty paper was invented by the Chinese in 875 CE.
Specialty paper.
Oh, Post-it notes.
Yeah, before the mail system.
When I think of ancient China, I think of just Post-it notes everywhere, all over the world.
So, Jack, I'll tell you this: you'd be right if you decided to go take a dump and wipe your butt with Post-it
toilet paper.
Toilet paper was invented by the Chinese in 875 BC. No, CE.
Wow,
Common Era.
Never even thought. Wow, that is sweet.
There you
I
go.
did not think of that.
I didn't think of that either.
Yeah, was not
crap
on my mind.
Man.
Exactly.
That's what it's for. Crap.
I like that. That's a good one, Chris.
Yeah.
That is an excellent question.
Thank you very much.
I was close with Post-it
I tried
notes.
really hard to get some good questions in.
Yeah. Well,
as we started the show.
Yeah, the red herring there being specialty.
There you go.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking.
would not have been a specialty. Maybe back then. But,
Stop it. You didn't get the answer right, and you're a paper guy. Just suck it up.
I don't feel so bad with my Post-it note.
You know what? I'll use this because I talk about toilet
I
paper
hope you
all
use
the
it.
time.
It'd be gross if you didn't.
I use it. I use toilet paper as an example when I talk about paper.
Nice.
Because if it falls apart in water, and you need sizing for paper to exist. So
I have a paper story I could tell real quick. When I was in high school, sat down. I went to class between class. I go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, sat down. There's no toilet paper, but I had my 3-ring binder with the note paper. So if you crumble it up enough, and roll it up and crumble it up enough, it will soften enough that you can use it.
I've done that before.
Just saying, you gotta be careful because you don't want to get the paper cut.
I've totally done it.
You don't want it to be too rough.
It doesn't matter how soft you make it; it sucks.
Oh,
it's not going to want to break apart as fast in water, but it will.
It still sucks, but it just you got to do something. You sit down, you go, "Oh, come on! I didn't pay attention." So since that day, I always look before I sit.
I also look for spiders.
Spiders. I don't care about spiders. I got to have the paper.
Last thing you want is a spider biting your dick.
No, spiders and urine on the toilet. Those are the things you always want to check for.
I check more for the urine.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
How many? What? Where do you live?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
Is it
Indiana?
Is Kokomo, Indiana, a big place
Kokomo.
for spiders?
All right, Jack, your next
Spiders.
question.
I had a tarantula
all over my seat. I got spiders and urine all over my seat. I need my toilet paper from 875. C.
There's pee all over my toilet seat.
Do you know what the C stands for?
I thank God those Chinese for my paper.
my paper.
My specialty paper.
They did invent it.
Kokomo.
Who's next on the questions?
You are, Jack.
I've already asked all three.
You have? Okay, so is it me?
No,
Yeah.
because it went in order. Chris,
Jack went out of order.
Jack. Oh, Jack went out of order? Okay,
Yeah,
then I have another
You're
one.
out of order.
Okay, so
You're
that's
out of
Matt.
order.
What?
Man, it's Matt's question to me. Yeah. Okay.
What movie?
Uh,
You're out of order. You're out of order. You're out of order.
this whole
Justice for All, Al Pacino. Okay. Sorry if you haven't seen it. Good movie.
Well, speaking of movies, this is a movie-themed one. I don't really have a bonus point, but I guess I could make one.
Thank God.
Well, I could make one, though.
Okay, if you could make one, that'd be great.
Okay. All right. Just to be fair to Nick, because I gave you guys bonus.
Yeah, it really helped me out.
But he's gonna hate this because it's a name thing, but maybe he might know this movie, being from the South. Which celebrity sued Mel Brooks for using their name in Blazing Saddles?
Oh,
It's a running joke throughout the movie with one of the main characters.
Oh, I know it.
I
know it.
Is it Slim Pickens?
Nope.
Go ahead, Jack.
It's Howard Johnson.
What? Nope.
No.
Sorry.
He's so confident he got it.
Not Howard Johnson. He used it the whole time.
You were so
Johnson
confident.
did not
I think you
sue
should
him.
have a point deducted.
I don't have any points.
Exactly. -1 for
It's
Jack.
one of these.
I even gave you a hint. I said is one of the main characters throughout the movie. And I guess Howard Johnson is in throughout the movie, but
Yeah,
there's
and
a
that's the
bigger
joke.
character.
Howard Johnson.
There's a bigger character, Hedy Lamar. Remember? And Hedy Lamar was the one that sued for the use of Hedy. What?
Chris didn't even get his guess. Dang.
I didn't know. I passed.
All right, I'll give you a bonus point.
I don't want it. I'm still pissed that it wasn't Howard Johnson.
Sorry, that's not who sued Mel Brooks. Hedy Lamar was the one that sued him. It
Could
was
you,
on
ask him
IMDb.
about could you ask it about another Mel Brooks film and not
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing
Saddles. You don't like Blazing Saddles?
I just
No, I do.
recently
It's just like one of the ones that I've watched the least for some reason.
What?
Me too, but I recently rewatched it.
What did that have
because
to- what did that
I
have to do
wanna
with
see
it?
parts of it?
What did that do about being a Southerner, though?
It's true. It's a Western movie.
It takes place in Hollywood too.
Yeah.
The end.
So I'm still getting this whole South. I can't figure it out.
It's just anything that has to do with like olden times, I guess, is Southern.
Yeah.
And you're a big fan of.
That's true. Yeah. No, I watched. Actually, I like History of the World Part 1 and Spaceballs and Young Frankenstein and
All great movies, but you gotta watch.
Apparently,
No, I've watched it, but yeah.
apparently,
Mongo likes candy.
Apparently, Mel Brooks approached him for Young Frankenstein, Gene Wilder, while they were doing Blazing Saddles.
Frankenstein.
My bonus question, unrelated to Blazing Saddles,
Igor.
it was my other question that I had in the
Nice knockers.
on my list here.
Thank you, sir.
I guess it's a sort of a blazing saddle of its own. How much?
The candle back. Sorry, I apologize.
The Young Frankenstein podcast here. I should have had something related to Young Frankenstein, but Frankenstein. But it's not related. Sorry.
That's actually a good trivia question. I could just pop off the top of my head. What Aerosmith song was written after watching Young Frankenstein?
Loving an
Dude looks like a lady.
No, that was written in 1985.
I took a chance.
Sweet Emotion.
Nope. The other hit off the record.
the other one.
Put the kettle back.
It comes off of a really random line. I just like the way he said it. It's when Frankenstein gets to the castle for the first time and Igor says something to him. It's based off of that.
What is it?
Walk this way.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
There was also that song, All the Boys Think She's a Guy. She's got Marty Feldman eyes. You ever heard that one?
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's the bonus question?
Oh, bonus question. All right, for Nick. How much did Donald Trump pay to cover up a Playboy model affair? What was the full amount?
Was it $130,000?
I guess I'll go closest to on this one.
Okay.
So, 130,000.
I'm gonna say obviously not enough because
I'll say not enough. Yeah.
it was 130,000, wasn't it?
Do you guys want to take a guess for a point?
Well, I guess.
I think I'm guessing second, Jack.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
going to say 130,000.
But no, Nick said 130,000. What do you want to say, Chris?
He said, what did you say, Nick? You said 130?
I said 130,000.
125.
Jack?
It was 130. It was 130,001 because he gave her a little dollar
For a tip.
I guess Jack would win it then.
in the G-string.
150,000.
There you go.
150. I thought it was 130. Okay.
150.
It's almost as much as he's paying to bail out his terrible tariffs.
Well, no, that's 12 billion. This was only 150,000. And he wanted to pay check.
It's both a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Anyway, not to get political, but that was my
late.
bonus question. And it is a blazing saddle of its own.
And the last question falls to me. What's the score?
Let's see. I got
at one point.
Chris 2, Nick 2, Jack 1, Matt nothing.
No, I had one.
Oh, it could be a three-way tie here, boys.
What do you have?
I had the Indiana question, the Kokomo.
That's true. You got Kokomo.
Oh, all right. I'll give you that
It
one.
could be a four-way tie. Nope, couldn't be. It's impossible.
All right. So
Well, unless Nick has 4 bonus
Nick
questions.
can't win.
this is this one goes to
Chris.
no, it goes to Chris last.
Yeah,
Do you want? I know the answer.
No, not necessarily. This is
you
actually
think I
not
might?
really geared towards you, but like Matt goes first, then Jack, then okay. This actually is a question that I asked back on one of the very first Ramblecast that Jack asked Jay.
Is this where Matt was on?
This is like 2007 or 2008.
Do I have to guess the question?
I don't know. Like, this is just a question. It's just I was just sentimental.
Wait,
like, I wrote this back.
Is this Jeopardy?
I sent Jack a list of questions in to ask Jay on a Ramblecast back in like 2007 or 8, and this is just one of the questions that
I remember that.
Yeah, long time ago. Jay missed this question.
Well, there's a shock.
So to Matt, name all 5 of the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh, I remember. I do remember this.
Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, Bob Dylan.
That's literally all the ones I know.
I know. Oh no, George Harrison, of course. The 5th one though.
You're on par with Jay.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to know that I'm in good company, the fellow male broadcaster.
What? Name the 4 again.
George Harrison, George Orwell,
George Orwell.
Roy Orbison, just seeing if everybody's paying attention. Paul McCartney, and Cat Stevens. No, it's Bob Dylan, George Harrison, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, and I want to say, but it's not him. I don't know. Willie Nelson. I don't know who it is.
That is incorrect.
I know. I can't remember the.
He's got 4 of them though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he might have 4 of them. He might not have 4 of them. I don't know, Jack.
No, he definitely has 4 of them. God, who was the 5th guy? Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, George Harrison, Bob Dylan.
I can see him.
You can see him. He's so beautiful.
Sorry. What's that, my turn?
Oh, it's How do we know it's not a...
I'm trying to watch a video. George Harrison. Crap.
Yeah, it's like he was associated with another band.
I want to say.
It's almost as if all of them were associated with another band.
Well, no, except him. Like he was the only. Like
he was actually in a band.
Yeah,
I was going to say Robert Plant, but it's not Robert Plant.
If only I could think of that.
He was in the Honeysuckers or Honeydews or what?
It's just on my tip of my.
Am I right? Robert Plant was in Honeysuckers or Honey.
Sorry,
he was also in Led Zeppelin, but yeah.
Well, I know that, but he was in another band.
Yeah, it was like the Honey something. Yeah, you're right.
Honey.
That's not right though.
I know. Christ.
Well, it's like almost like a.
Jack, I'm looking it up. So
I'm just gonna say Eric Clapton. I can't think of it, but I know I'm wrong.
That is also incorrect.
he played with Eric Clapton.
Chris forfeits.
I'm disqualified. I looked it up because it was driving me crazy.
Jeff Lynne from Electric Light Orchestra.
Not who I'm thinking of.
That's right.
That's not who I'm looking at. I'm looking at Jim Keltner.
He's the drummer.
Yeah,
but he wasn't officially one of the.
Forgot
he was like a session drummer.
He's a session drummer.
How do we forget that guy?
That's the same thing Jay did. Couldn't remember Jeff Lynne. Okay, I'll ask a bonus question since we had a bonus question. I have one more. This was one of the ones that I had for Jack left over, but still same order.
Friars.
No. So it's 2-2. Wait. So it's
2-1-1-1.
You guys are tied. So
Nick and I are tied.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys miss it, which I don't think Jack will miss this, but he might.
There's no pressure there.
No pressure. So it goes to Matt first, though. In the movie, That Thing You Do.
That's Jack's favorite movie of all time.
Yes, exactly. The Wonders play a fictitious band. What is the name of the band?
The Wonders play a band?
And they're shooting a scene for a movie.
Oh.
And they play a fictitious band in this movie. What is the name of the band?
Huh. I don't know.
In that movie, you watch Tom Hanks eating a sandwich. Watch him eat the sandwich grows.
I got no clue. I'm going to say Apollo 13. I can't think of what the band name would have been.
Well, like they say it a couple times on the beach scene, but the time you really hear it is when they're in the radio promotional booth and the DJ says, "What band inspires you?"
That was Ron Howard's brother.
It was, and Steve Zahn says the name of the fictitious band.
And Jimmy's not a fan of it.
Chris, you got an idea? The Beaters.
That's the Oneaters.
The Oneaters.
Oil Beaters.
We should do a voice. We should do a Mystery 3000 on That Thing You Do.
On That Thing You Do. The Rubberburst. Chris is thinking. I'm sorry.
I know the answer.
Even if you don't, if Chris gets it, he wins. If Jack gets it, which he will, then he's just tied for three-way tie with Boston.
Well, at least I'm not in last.
I've got a good tiebreaker then.
Yeah, same with Matt gives us a tiebreaker.
Well, I know their band, but they're the Wonders, right?
Right.
They're on the beach, and they're playing saxophone.
I got nothing.
And
the Wonders is my only band name I can think of, but that's the band that they were all in.
Captain Geek and the Geeks. Captain Geek and the Geeks. Captain Geek and the Geek Shrimp Shooters.
You are wrong.
Captain Geek and the Geek. Captain Geek and the
Jack screwed up.
Captain,
it's your favorite movie.
I know. Captain Geek and the Shrink. Am I right, Captain Geek?
It's like tongue twister.
Captain Geek and the shrimp trap shooters.
Oh, poor Jack. It's like you got up to your moment and you just shot your
my favorite band is Captain Geek and the shrimp trap shooters.
So say it one last time. Official. What's your official answer?
Captain Geek and the shrimp trap shooters.
No, he doesn't get it. There's no point. No point awarded.
Captain Geek and the shrimp shack shooters.
Can I go for a seal? It's Captain Geek and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
That's what I said.
No, Jack, it
Captain
was definitely not what
Captain
you said.
Captain Geek and the shrimp shack.
No. You're done. You're done.
What is this? Jeopardy? Go to hell. Captain Geek and the shrimp.
Let it be known that Jack blew a tie ball game on that thing you do question.
Captain Geek.
Episode title is Captain Geek.
And the shrimp shack shooters.
Shrimp
and the shrink trap.
Captain Jack and the shrimp rack gun.
Shrimp track shooters. I can't do it. Anyway, go to hell.
Captain Jack and the shrink wrap shooters.
Yeah.
Shrimp track shooters.
All right. So, do you have?
Technically, no one got it right.
What is it?
Do you want me to give it to Jack? Because he butchered it. Okay.
I knew what it was, though.
So it's a tie between Chris and I. But yes, you did know it was, Jack, but you didn't get it right. It's Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
But I was close.
Would Jay let you have it? Jay be like, no, you didn't get it, Jack. You didn't get it.
Jay definitely said, I apologize. Captain
Geach.
And the Shrimp Shack
Not
Shooters.
Shrek. Not Shrek. It's Shack.
Shrimp Shack Shooters. That's a tough name to say.
I was trying to look up like a numerical tiebreaker.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters. Captain
There you go.
and the Shrimp Shack Shooters. Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters. No, not that hard.
Captain
Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Captain Geach.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
And the
Captain
Shrimp
Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Shack
Captain Geach and
Shooters.
the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
I can't say it.
Captain Geek and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Yay!
You got it.
It sounded like somebody at
He
a
likes it. He
New York
likes
subway.
it.
Do you want 3-piece chicken nuggets?
I don't have a tiebreaker for you guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay. This podcast has gone on long enough.
It's already tomorrow, so I think the game's
sorry.
over.
Yeah, can't wait for Cam to listen to this podcast. That's all I got. So if how many people shop Amazon here? Do we lose Matt?
I do.
No.
You go to Amazon, go to amazon.com/JayandJack, or go to jayandjack.com. There's a thing that says shop Amazon. Every little penny you make, every little penny helps this podcast and all the other podcasts on the network. If you'd like to be a patron, go to patreon.com/JayandJack, or go to jayandjack.com/patron, or just go to jayandjack.com. There's a little button that says become a patron. Every little bit helps. We like to thank patrons right now. Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Rickner Glaffler, Molly the Millennial, Ed the Creepy Literature, who visited Matt, and Maggie the Magnificent. Thanks for doing what you do, and thanks, Joanne, for everything you do.
That thing you do.
That thing you do. Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack. God.
Shrek.
Captain
Shrek.
Captain. I can't say it. I can't do it.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters. Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp
Shack. It's like your name, but take the J and switch with the
Captain
SH.
Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
There you go.
Shack. Anyway,
I can't believe I went to the bathroom and I got back and you guys are still.
no,
Did you use that Chinese toilet paper? I hope so.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that stinks.
Invented in 875 CE.
CE.
Well,
All right.
thanks for joining us, everyone. It's after midnight now. It's been a late night,
Let it all hang out.
I think that's the problem why I had trouble pronouncing that name, because it's been a long night.
You think?
Sure.
All right, guys. Hasta luego and goodbye.
Oh wait, did we thank our patrons on this?
We did.
Well,
You're taking a dump.
When you were taking a dump, we did it without you.
Using your fancy toilet paper.
You did it without us. We did it without you.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's our motto around here.
That thing you do.
It's 1 in a million.
1 in a million. Hasta luego and goodbye.
Shrimp check shooters.
Go to hell.
Great show, guys. Want to know?
One from Kokomo.
All right, guys. Bye.
Watch out for the urine and spiders.
Yeah, I'm afraid. All right, guys. Bye.